This is the Darko Show.
Welcome to the revolution.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. I voted today. Did you vote today? Praise God, and I know you did. How's everyone doing on this lovely Tuesday night? There are so many streams you could be watching. You choose me. I appreciate you. You guys are the best. You guys are my favorite people on earth. Let's get started with this clip from Papa.
All right, line them up. It's election day. Come on, okay, what?
Red wave incoming.
Come on, you bastard. We need your vote. Bastard. I fought for you, nigger. I lost an arm for you. Well, that's a start.
Oh, my God. I totally forgot about the N-bomb on that, that clip. That's the only way to start a live stream. Oh, I am like crying. That's kind of the way the stream's gonna go tonight. Oh, I quit. I'm just gonna go. God dang it. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, good thing you're not popular enough for monetization. I just applied for it. Shit. I didn't say it. It was the clip. Thank God. I'm sorry. Dude, I don't care. You don't need to apologize. It's freaking hilarious. All right, anyways. Now that we're all officially freaking super triggered. Off to a good start. Thank you. How's everyone doing on this lovely... David, what's going on, my dude? Papa, how we doing? Censor Mom, how we doing? Mr. James, how we doing? Corey West, what's good? Censored Mom, always lurking. I thought I saw somebody earlier in my chat come out and say that they're calling it early. Fox News is calling it for for Putin, for Ukraine tonight, thank God. Tonight is the night. We're to become one. I have Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, we have the Blaze Network, we have Daily Wire, we have all these sources we're going to pick from because I'm all about abundance and I'm here for the laughs more than... You know, you could watch a channel where everyone's just like,
according to my calculations, this vote is looking pretty good, and so therefore...
I don't think we're going to find out a lot of information until later on tonight or tomorrow or, a few days because we're a serious country. Rand Paul's being called. Majority Teller Green is being called. Tim Scott is being called. I'm seeing Desantis being called. You get in the chat, you help me up. Young Turks, I have them plugged in as well because I'm here for the triggers, and I also have websites like Fox News and NB, CNN right now just to see what's going on. So if there is something to be found, I will find it. That's the way this whole show works. Let's start off the show by reminding everybody of how annoying everybody is online as far as like dancing and making sure you go vote. Did you see DeSantis sweep? Oh, I'm seeing it. And I'm seeing MSNBC losing their minds. We can even get started with that clip where MSNBC has a gasp of when they find out that that Miami is going red. That was my favorite clip so far that I've seen tonight. It's this one.
I'm totally just got Miami-Dade. This is a big one in Florida. Let's take a look at, So let's put this in some perspective.
Yeah. Oh, God. Miami's going red? Shit. By the way, I'm drinking coffee. I have snacks galore. We are set for the long haul. Have a good time. If you want to support my show, go to buymeacoffee.com. /Derek O'Shea Show. Link is in the description below. I greatly appreciate it, but we are here and we're going to have a good time. Miami-Dade County, baby.
Miami-Dade County has 2.75 million people. In 2016, this was a Democratic county by 30 points. Hillary Clinton won this county by 30 points. Miami-Dade is 70% Hispanic. It began shifting to the Republicans in 2020. Donald Trump only lost it by 7. And look at this. In the mail-in
I'm also drinking
and
Zima, don't worry.
early vote, which again tends to be more Democratic friendly, Marco Rubio, the Republican, is outright leading in Miami-Dade County by 7 points over Val Demings, the Democratic challenger.
I like Rubio sometimes and I don't like him sometimes, but the fact that the Republican is winning in Miami-Dade County says a lot about where this election is going.
Gubernatorial race, interestingly, we don't have numbers.
Awesome. I already like this chat a lot. I swear if DeSantis reaches a 60% margin, that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. Palm Beach County might go red too. That's crazy. We don't need to get into Maricopa County, what happened earlier, right? Okay. I think we've all seen the videos, and I feel like if I say something, it's going to be repeated off of what everyone had already said. Orange County has gone red for DeSantis, not for Rubio. Never mind, DeSantis lost Orange. Now, I will hire an elite crew of mercenaries to track you down, take your Zima, and make a viral video of the heist. Bring it, baby. By the way, we are live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Rumble. So if one stream somehow goes down, because there's bound to be a moment where I do not follow copyright very well. Also, if you are feeling triggered at any moment tonight, know that New York Times put a little statement out of 5 ways to soothe your election stress. Try the 5-finger breathing method. Trace outside your hand and with a pointer finger. When you trace up, breathe in, and when you trace down, breathe out. Ooh, so. Cool plunge, which I might do later tonight, especially if Kari Lake wins. I will do a cold plunge on stream, maybe. I don't know if I want to get myself wet. Move. Even a walk around the block might offer some relief from an uneasy mind. Breathe like a baby because you are acting like a child, because you're being over dramatic about this whole thing. Focus on expanding your belly to breathe when you can send more oxygen to the brain. So try this. Breathe with your belly. Limit your scrolling. Consider plotting out specific times when you look at election updates. Thanks, New York Times. I hope everyone is ready for that. And if you need a reminder, I will keep that intact. You typically have to pay your massage therapist for that 5-finger breathing technique. Yes, you do. What is everyone's thoughts on Majority Taylor Greene already getting the dub? We kind of knew that was going to happen, right? I'll check to see if there's any updates. A Republican flip. It looks like Corey Mills, Republican, will take Stephanie Murphy's Democrat old seat in Florida's 7th congressional district, is looking to be that case. The House is gone for the Democrats. Skadoosh. Republican Chris Sununu wins re-election in New Hampshire's governor race. It looks like Republicans defeating Charlie Crist. Dude, if Charlie Crist would have won, I would have lost my mind. Majority Taylor Greene getting the dub isn't surprising. No. There's trouble at Rumble. I've heard they're getting attacks. Interesting. I wonder if they're getting spammed. As soon as you start Super Chats, I'll donate $200 for some new shirts. What? Dick Willie. That's like the nicest, most horrible thing ever. You son of a gun. I freaking hate you and love you at the same time. But remember, this is what the people tell us. This is what you're voting against.
Funny. Yes, but not funny. Haha. Funny weird.
I can't play the music. This is who you're voting against, by the way. This is what we're voting against. When they say red wave, I want to see no more of this crap. Or maybe I do. Maybe I want to see it more. Oh, there's Gretchen Whitmer. That's, I think that's Gretchen. That's Papa's favorite. Oh my God, no. As soon as you start, I know, it's so bad.
I'm looking for a yellow bone.
Long-haired. Stacey Abrams, I hope we never see her ever again. She's the bright future. Oh, and this freaking woman that she always says TikTok live. It's like the worst. Makes me want to go gouge my eye out. I know, me too.
That's kind of my thing. I mean,
yeah, but here's the thing: you can stay for now, but
here's
when it comes time to voting, you're gonna have to get up because you've got climate change legislation on the ballot. You've got unsafe hands, and you're gonna elect more pro-choice members of Congress.
Oh, I forgot to say, when a Republican wins, which I just kind of announced earlier, we have this. I just made this today. It's so stupid. But we'll keep playing it. Stacy, you mean President Earth, Star Trek? I know. Rest in peace. Oh, Mother Earth. Barack Obama isn't a lizard man, but I'm convinced he knows they exist. You know that he does. By the way, this is the Lizard Channel. Lefties have a bad hair day every day. John, what's up, man?
Reinstitute Roe versus Wade as the law of the land. So you can't stay here. You're going to have to take a little bit of time to vote.
He's taking one look at that woman and he's like, we got to reinstitute Roe versus Wade.
Stop!
Wade.
Scrolling. Stop! In the name of love.
Can we never get rid of Corey?
Stop scrolling. Stop! In the name of love. In the name of voting. Go make a plan to vote right now. Go.
And let's never forget the day that I went to the bathroom and made you watch this over and over again.
Yellow bone, long hair star. Thick in the hips, come get in my car.
These are our politicians.
Vote Senator Mack.
Thank you so much for your time. Lastly, on a lighthearted note, can you tell us your...
Stacey Abrams, the democratically elected president of the People's Republic of Earth. Oh God, I know it's bad. Pepe, what's up?
Oh yes, soy latte.
A soy latte, okay.
I could have my Gucci on.
I feel like I'm gonna get hit for that song. Can you imagine making the soy latte for our vice president? Cringe max. I got secondhand embarrassment from that turkey. Me too.
I brought you both coffee.
Have you voted?
Yes.
I'm drinking coffee.
All your friends go to iwillvote.com so they know how and where and when to vote?
Yes, of course I did. Here you guys go. Cheers.
That's what we're voting against, people. Let's never forget that. We're voting against Democratic cringe. And not only that, I don't know if you've seen this clip circulating of my man losing his mind, soy boy making soy latte. It's almost, you can't write that stuff, man. You literally cannot write that stuff. Vermont votes finally coming in. Oh, good. Let's check. Let's check to see if, let me see. Let me look around some updates on some stuff.
4 points, but the big outlier here.
I don't want to like
voters here today here in Pennsylvania.
Right,
they've allowed the people to split their vote, and some people were saying that abortion.
Let me look over. Top it off with some postnasal.
Raphael Warnock, 60% to Herschel Walker.
In the coming years, American democracy.
Let me get this off. We all voted today, right?
Republican Ted Budd.
I hope we all voted.
Election coverage of the 2022 midterms. The polls have just closed.
Let's see.
Actually, the day after this.
I like
Governor
going
Ron
for the Max
DeSantis
cringe.
has been reelected as governor of Florida. The conversation immediately
You love
turns
to
to
see
whether
it.
or not he runs in 2024.
I hope everyone
Everyone's
voted
ready to
today.
jump in
Top
on
it
that
off
one.
with the post.
Also, Alabama
Nope, I got
tonight,
the
Governor Kay Ivey seeking a second full term reelected
Peter Woods.
there in Alabama. In Tennessee tonight, Governor Bill Lee reelected to a second term there as well. The races we're watching at 8:30, of course, the Georgia Senate race tonight between Senator Raphael Warnock, the incumbent, up against Herschel Walker, the Republican. As you can see, there 42%.
I don't think we're going to know the
right
answer
now.
to this for
Raphael
like a
Warnock
while.
With a sizable lead.
It'll probably be a
Rick Klein's
runoff.
gonna tell us why
That's
these
my
numbers
guess.
appear the way they do at this point in the night and how this could.
Does anybody else think that Georgia's going to end in a runoff? I think it's going to end in a runoff. My residency is in Virginia, but I live in Hawaii. I did absentee ballot for Youngkin. Oh, okay.
Just don't vote twice, or I'll telling you.
I voted yesterday because I like to party and I need to fix something on my dad's roof. And go to the gym today. I went to the gym today too. You got to go to the gym. It's important.
North Carolina tonight, Sherry Beasley, the former Supreme Court Chief Justice in that state, up against Republican Congressman Ted Budd, also with a sizable lead, 55% of the vote. She's up 52 to 45%. In Ohio, a state we're watching, it's gone Republican the last presidential cycle and the one before that as well. The Congressman Tim Ryan, the Democrat.
Dude, if Tim Ryan wins.
Early lead over J.D. Vance, of course, supported by Donald Trump, 29% of the vote in
29% though.
Ohio.
I'm in upstate New York.
That would become a
Count, hold, gotta go. Oh, God. If Kathy wins New York.
Democrat Senator Maggie Hassan seeking a second term in that state, opening up a widening lead here up against Don Bolduc, 60 to 38%. She won this race last time with just about 1,017 votes. She knew that
Censor Mom.
Very tight in these last few days before the election. So far tonight, in the early numbers, Maggie Hassan doing a pretty decent job in New Hampshire. I want to bring it back to Georgia because you were telling me.
All right, let's check on other streams. I like to bounce around because I want to go for the most cringe.
Senate,
Speaking of cringe.
he will sail to a third term. I think it's fair to say, since the AP is calling this race.
There are going to be states where Democrats
defeating the Democrat
reported out here first in a lot of these places, accounting for that significant advantage that Fetterman has. Natalia, on your screen, you do see one Republican area reporting out here, and Oz getting the getting the jump.
This guy's the worst.
It's not all going to come in that order, but this is
But he also is the best for cringe.
In a county like this, he's going to need same-day vote to come in huge for him, you know, to offset this. One thing we're seeing,
I like they're like zooming in on his butt. What's all that all about? We'll get Pennsylvania results in October.
Mail vote pretty much as strong as Joe Biden did. It may be a difference of a few points, but there is going to be, it looks like, a lower share of mail votes. It's going to account for a lower share of overall votes, at least if what we're seeing out of Allegheny is any indication. So that does raise one possibility as the same-day vote starts to get tabulated in Pennsylvania. There will still be a massive gap between the mail vote and the same-day vote. But given how democratic
if you're
the
new
mail
here,
vote
make sure to
was
hit
in
that
20
subscribe
and
smash the like button if you don't mind.
Choosing to vote by mail and they're voting same day instead, that same day pool may end up being less Republican, less strongly Republican than we saw in 2020. So if you're factoring in 2020 numbers along those lines, may have to adjust it, just at least based on what we're seeing out of Allegheny County. Checking in next door in Ohio, again, you know, about a third, a little bit less
ring
than a
that
third
bell,
of the vote
baby.
being here right now. Again,
Ring it.
primarily
Thanks,
mail
Big Willie.
early vote. So we said that would give Tim Ryan the advantage. The question would be, could same day offset it for Vance?
Banty, what's up? What's up, Banty?
There's 3 key House races in Ohio here as we talk about the battle for the House. And let me just take you through those.
Ring that
Number
bell
one is
or
right
else I'm
here
going to be
in the
so
Toledo
triggered.
area. And this is Marcy Kaptur. She's been in the House for 40 years, a Democrat. And redistricting dramatically changed her district. Look at this.
I feel like I need 2 of these. I just drank a triple latte. I'm in it for the night.
J.R. Majewski,
I'm here. We're having a good time.
Claims about his military service, really
From
kind of
Rhode
marring his
Island?
campaign.
That'll be
National
exciting.
Republicans and kind of walking away from him. You see
Smash that like button the way Batman smashes Wonder. Yes. What are we drinking? Right now I'm starting off with coffee. Then I have root beer because I like to party, and then I'll get into maybe bourbon later if the feeling is right. You know what I mean? I'm drinking Liquid Death Mango Chainsaw. That sounds good. Make sure to. I'm also drinking Topo, aka Zima. All right, let's see. Let's check on other streams. Again, I have like a million streams pulled up. I got Fox. We were just watching MSNBC. Double. They just called Sarah Huckabee winning. Sarah freaking Huckabee. Time to celebrate. There goes his on. Spark up, baby. Come on. All right. We got Vermont calling. Okay. Fox News is apparently their this is their election stream. They're not even playing music. Okay, well, at least we could talk over this and just have this popping up in the background. Mike Lee winning Tennessee. We already saw that. Huckabee Sanders. All right, let's check another stream. I got a couple of different Fox News streams. Also have the Young Turks just stopped playing. Let's see if they get a new stream up. I think it's important. But how's everyone feeling it? What are you guys drinking? What are you eating? What are you consuming at the moment? What are you enjoying at the moment? That's what I want to know. Tell me. Early Michigan voting.
Highly underrated. Smart guy, works hard, tirelessly.
I'm calling.
He was a great governor of Florida. He did a great job. And
drinking water, smart. Chewing gum. What are you, nuts?
It's a little tough because, McConnell gives everybody their $20 million and not everybody.
But I think if you got behind it and the American people understood what was at stake and that there is an alternative.
I'm consuming crippling anxiety over Gretchen Whitmer haunting governor's mansion for another I don't blame you.
His wife is
last I seen, libertarians were up in Missouri. No way.
Chinese investment and his family and him, China. I don't think that's appropriate. No, I think Rick Scott would
Steel
be
Reserve
much better than
211.
I know McConnell.
Is that good?
Well. I guess probably better than most. And his wife,
I'm waiting for some Uber Eats. That sounds about right. That sounds good.
She worked for me for 4 years, but she was so heartbroken.
Soul Channel, beer, cooking, beef rib roast.
She was so heartbroken.
Marlene, how's it going? I've never seen you chat. Shalom. Beer, whiskey, and ultra mega indica. I wish that was a thing.
So I was glad to see her go, but she wanted to make that statement. No, I'm not a fan of McConnell.
Smoking OG Kush and root beer.
And you have others in there that would be very good.
Nice.
I mean, the problem is
green chili cheese fries.
Because of his position, he's able
Four
to raise
Peaks.
money.
Oh, I love green chili. Green chili cheese fries.
And they called
hot guy, hot guy.
What do you think? And I said,
gets the job done.
Why not take the
That was like 30 minutes ago.
When you are looking,
this is live on the Blaze right now.
To endorse,
right.
What are you looking for? Because you're the one who brought a lot of these people who are really becoming superstars. What is it that you look for?
Well, a lot of them. I mean, Kemp and, Kemp.
By the way, guys, if you want to call in and leave me a voicemail, you can call me in at 872-240-2407 and leave a voicemail. We'll go over some voicemails.
And he went from no chance.
I know that was quick.
Chance.
You gotta get it. You gotta get it quick. Ready?
872-240-2407.
872-240-2407.
Who was really a superstar at the time. Now he turned out to be a crackhead, you understand. But
dude, if DeSantis wins by 60%, that's nuts.
And he was going to beat DeSantis, and I gave him 2 rallies. We averaged 52,000 a rally, 52,000 people. We had a big one up in Ohio, and another big one, as you know, last night, and another big one.
Feel like giving a strike?
2 days ago in Miami for Marco Rubio, who just was declared the winner. And
I don't think so. Let's go on to other places to see what's going on. We'll check. What do we want to check? What stream? Just do what I do and add the number to your dial, your speed dial. Okay, done. I will.
That's actually the case. But look, they are bracing for the possibility of what a divided government would look like. Not only a gridlocked legislative agenda, but the possibility of investigations that would loom large over this president. Republicans even signaling they would investigate, his son Hunter Biden, as well as the origins of COVID. Savannah and Lester.
All right, Kristen, thank you.
The whole Hunter Biden thing. I don't know if you've seen this clip being passed around, but I love this clip.
Of course, yeah, but I don't think I'd be for marijuana because when they prosecute people for marijuana, it's racially biased. We know that. That's a very good reason to legalize it. What I worry about, of course, if the Republicans take over, whether it's by a small margin or a large margin, that they are, first of all, we're not going to be able to pass anything. Secondly, there will be hearings. There'll be investigations. They'll investigate Hunter Biden. It'll be very toxic. Marjorie Taylor Greene and those people will want to impeach Biden. I worry about it just being very, very ugly, and I'm pretty sure that's pretty predictable.
What do you guys think? What's your opinion on that? Do you? Let's get a poll. Do you want Republicans? I gotta switch my chat back to live. Do you want Republicans to impeach Joe Biden, or do you want them to do something else? I think that's like an important question, especially in today's. I'm gonna end this poll. All right, we got America loses. What do you guys think they should do? There should be an investigation, just like y'all did just like y'all did Trump. Yeah, I mean that is like with the Hunter Biden stuff and stuff like that, and his business dealings and stuff like that. I've been called a Nazi for 3 years. I can't finish the rest of that. I flip flop, man. I've been going to the point where it's like they should be. I want them to focus on making our lives better first, and then get into that stuff, because I just feel like if they only focus on trials and impeachment and all that stuff, then we're just going to keep living with terrible inflation and all this crap. I'd rather not impeach him. If you're going to do something like that, you need hard evidence. Well, and that's something they better have, you know. Al Franken hasn't been funny since 1989, and even that, it was a fluke. Trump was impeached twice, and it did next to nothing. And that's kind of the thing, too. It's like, if my thought is that they're going to spend all this time impeaching Joe Biden, and then nothing will happen. You know, he'll get off, he'll get scot-free. In the end, it'll be a big waste of time, and then it'll be re-election time, and then the Republicans will be like, people like me that voted for a Republican candidate will be like, what did you do with your time? Oh, you spent it the entire time impeaching Joe Biden. Rightfully so, wrongfully so, but you didn't make my life better. This is your last shot in a lot of people's eyes. Is there a third option? I wish, Censor Mom. I wish that was like a viable thing. Don't waste your time impeaching Biden. Just dunk on him over and over again. That's what I feel like it'll turn out to be. If there's something that comes out actually tied to Biden, that's something. But going through what basically the Dems did 2019, 2020 isn't desirable for me. You know, and at the same time, me neither. But I know there's like a part of people like internet culture of like Rumble's not working for me. Interesting. There's a part of internet culture that you kind of want to watch the world burn. But Biden did some messing things up. As he said, nobody asked for the Bidens. Little truth to that. Same with the Clintons. Very true. You know, he's very powerful, and he's gonna have good lawyers. It's just a waste of time. At the same time, I totally understand, because then we get less of this. Make sure if you haven't voted to vote. And be like these weirdos. Afghanistan quid pro quo. Saudi deals with Ukraine. There's so much to work with Biden. 100%. There's so much to work with. So I totally understand those that want to, carry out the impeachment. Impeaching Joe would make our lives better. How so? I mean, it probably would, but I want to know how so. I have some election updates right here. We would have Kamala. Seems worse. 100%. Could you imagine Kamala?
Crazy as hell.
Oh, it'd be the worst. Checking in. What's up, Queen Bird? How you doing? I hope you're doing well, Queen Bird. Are you driving? I feel like every time you chat, you're driving or something. They never make it better, FYI. No, they don't. How about the GOP focus on cutting red tape and allow small drilling companies to start drilling for oil? That's the thing, too. We need to make energy cheaper, because we're at the point now where energy is getting so expensive, and it's going to just slowly cripple the entire economy and slowly take down every single all of us. And that's the biggest problem with it all. Because best way to curb inflation is make energy cheap. Instead, Joe Biden's done the complete opposite, even taking away, saying he's going to stop drilling, even after he said that. Happy Red Wave Night. Yeah, happy Red Wave Night. So far, seems like that's what's going to happen. As we'll check back in. I want to hear from... let's see. Interesting. What is anybody doing anything fun for tonight? Is anybody eating anything fun or exciting? As we have more stuff rolling in. We already talked about Scott being called. Ivy, Alabama. Don't count your chickens before they are hatched. No. Do not do that. DeSantis almost up to 60%. Cox, 62%. Okay, Massachusetts. No surprise there. Mike Lee. No, it's not Mike Lee. It's like Huckabee. Dang, Huckabee, 74.5. It's a beer kind of night? Yeah. Awesome. What kind of beer are we drinking? Oh, no, Illinois. You stayed with Pritzker? God, that guy's the worst. Oh, McMaster's winning South Carolina. Ohio. Devine. Yeah, I'm trolling this ginger on election live stream. He's reading everything I put on the chat. Purple monkey dishwasher. I freaking hate you. Catherine, what's up? Homemade tomato soup and fresh baked bread, grilled cheese because I'm randomly cold and it's raining in LA. Oh my God. I love that for you. Robitussin. Miller Lite. It's sipping beer. Okay, I can completely understand that. You know, you got to have your sipping beer. But let's check back in on... Oh, they're not talking. Why is... I don't understand. Can somebody help me understand this whole MSNBC craze of this one guy pretending he's like the election whiz? He's just so cringy in the khaki pants. I think that's nice. Nichols, you guys are hilarious.
Meantime, Amna Nawaz is at the other end.
The most irrelevant newscast, PBS.
Public media state reporters.
Does anybody ever watch newscasts for real?
That's right, Judy. We are keeping a close eye on Georgia tonight. Democrat Stacey Abrams is in a rematch with incumbent Republican Governor Brian Kemp, and the Senate race pits Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock against Republican and former NFL player Herschel Walker. Now, Walker, you'll remember, came under increased scrutiny in recent weeks after two women said that he pressured them to have abortions and paid for the procedure. Walker has campaigned on
he's playing Angry Birds right now. He's like,
I want to turn now to two of our friends from Georgia Public Broadcasting. They're both reporters there in Atlanta. Donna Laurie is at
No, I get my news from comedy podcasters just as good as they God attended. Amen, dude. You are my news.
Thanks so much for joining us. So, Stephen, let's start with you. Just give us the lay of the land, what you're hearing so far. We've got some results coming in, have not been able to make a call in this.
It's a lot of pressure, but I'll take it.
What are you hearing on the ground there at Senator Warnock's campaign?
Make sure to drop a like on this video.
Well, Amna, here at the Democratic headquarters of Senator Raphael Warnock, the mood is cautiously optimistic. There have been results coming in. Warnock is doing very well in the state's Democratic...
PBS was only good for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Nature shows. And don't forget Mr. Bean.
And in many cases...
I grew up watching Mr. Bean on PBS all the time. Any other Mr. Bean lovers? Mr. Bean was like my first, silly comedy. It was like either that or Monty Python. I can't remember which one. Dixon has closed the gap about 5%.
So Warnock started the night with a lead, and the question is,
frick yeah, dude.
That lead will hold when all the votes are counted.
And we're seeing right there, Donna, some of those early results coming in again. We've not been able to make a call in this race yet, but it will be tight.
I think they're going to be a runoff in Georgia. I do not see it ending swiftly like that. I see it I watch the news recycle through people like you here on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what people do now. I was watching Fox News, I was watching CNN, MSNBC and stuff like that. And watching them just talk about boring numbers and stuff like that. There's no personality. It just seems like they're trying to be unbiased, and it's just obnoxious and boring. And it's not fun. You kind of want to engage with people who have a personality and not just bleak and boring. Again, here's my phone number if you want to call and leave a voicemail. I'm in the Benny Hill generation over Mr. Bean. Oh, okay. Ren and Stimpy? Dude, Marlene, that is so old school. I love that. Who doesn't love Ren and Stimpy? I feel like Ren and Stimpy, every time I watched that as a kid, I would see older kids laughing and I'd be like, what's so funny? I think I know it's funny. If it leans towards Dems according to the polls, but watch out for Maine. No way, Maine. Let's see. Update right now. Georgia Governor Kemp is at 52% with a million votes. Abrams is 47%. 44% are reporting. This is just breaking 58 seconds ago. see if I see anything else. Mullins defeats Horn in Oklahoma Senate race special election. That's I couldn't even believe people were talking about Oklahoma being a potential upset for Democrats for a long time. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, of course, won Arkansas. I mean, when you talk like this, you are going to win Arkansas. Have you talked to my dad before? DeSantis is still at 58.6% as we speak. Let's check back in on Angry Birds Man. I actually didn't report the Michigan thing correctly. She went from 30 to almost 40. Okay. I'm hopeful for the red wave in Colorado. At least I want it to be close. Yes, Colorado flipping red would be incredible. We watched the debate here, and I thought that was a great debate. I thought O'Day did a great job compared to Bennett. Bennett is no. He's just why? Why would you vote for that? Even if you like his policies, he seems like he's like a Lindsey Graham. He's got to go. That and her dad wrote a book about grits, guns, and gravy. Fun fact about me. All right, fun fact about me. I told you when I used to live in South Carolina, I was heavily involved in politics. I was at a Huckabee event before he announced to run for his first time presidency, and I took pictures at his event, and I talked to him for like 5 minutes alone because I was taking pictures at the event. Nice guy. totally seemed genuine. I thought he was gonna be totally fake and annoying and obnoxious and just but especially because I was the camera guy and I was like on the side. I was the workers, I was the help, and totally nice guy, down to earth. Talked to me a couple minutes, even though he had a million other things to do. So, if you make time for me, I'll make time for you. Florida GOP might be flipping some Biden 13 seats. Freak yeah. Also, if you guys have any updates to tell me or anything, please spam the chat. Let us know what's going on. This, as Wilson always says, this is a community-based YouTube show. Community-based. Spam the chat. Let me know what's going on. Anything on Arizona race? Not yet. Not yet. Nothing's being reported on Arizona. Still early. Remember, the voting machines were down for a couple hours. Salty army meme cannon shooter. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna check around, see if anything else is going on. I don't want to listen to PBS. Let's see what ABC is talking about.
To lead. And if the House gains back control, a lot of questions about Nancy Pelosi's future. She acknowledged that in the last 24 hours after the attack on her husband, what kind of leadership post she would have if she wants it at all.
Walker's almost approaching Warnock's margin. I see that.
As we continue here, as
I'm curious.
9 o'clock,
I told you,
more states closing.
The Warnock Walker thing is going to go for a long time.
Election night, several key Senate battlegrounds. We're watching the numbers come in, and we'll revisit them right after the break here.
Of course, right as they break. Let's check back somewhere else.
1,000 votes left.
She was the most vulnerable.
Always the most vulnerable. This was what I
We're here for the outrage,
if you will.
We're here for the outrage,
on that
people.
front for the Republicans. They weren't going to win the majority.
You're watching
without
13 WMAZ News, Elections 2022.
Look, there is. It's Prince William.
Thank you for joining us. It's been 2 hours since the polls closed. Let's take a look at some of the results right now statewide.
I also want to remind you, keep an eye on
For governor's race, Brian Kemp out to a lead here, 53% to Stacey Abrams, 47%. And that's with about 21% of the precincts.
Something I'm looking for here, but just to give you an idea.
Lord. Like two different things going on at the same time.
Says about 2,800 left.
It's my chat program closed down.
Margin, obviously, when you're talking, my
prediction: the Arizona race will.
We're not in the 5, so we want to be careful.
What are you saying? Arizona race will be determined by a fist fight between Kari Lake and the entirety of Arizona's Congress. That would be amazing. Is this what's going on? If this is what's going on in the case, what happens in the West? Exactly.
All right, polls set to close in 14 states and just.
And that's why they're freaking out, because if this is what's happening in the East, it makes you wonder what's going to happen on the West. Colorado and Wisconsin results coming up. We got some stuff that is coming to a head right now, which is always exciting. Let's check.
The thing. I don't think we are those people to go back to sleep. I think things are so bad. Next week, I'm doing a special on
here for the leftist tears.
4 people that are just 4 examples from all sides of the aisle that they've had their door broken down by DHS or the ATF. They've taken their house, their money, and none of them were charged with a crime. I think people know.
Hey, spam the chat. What do you think the Republicans are actually going to do if they take over? Dixon, 41.2%. Come on, Dixon. Governor Kelly is doing good in Kansas so far, but the GOP vote is still coming in. Yeah, Kansas update is still. Let's see if I see anything that's new for the election results. Very exciting night, though. Super exciting. 7% of reporting. I don't understand because sometimes you see like 7% reporting, and then all of a sudden there won't be anything. This is breaking right now. After trailing early, Kevin Sitt of Republicans has captured the lead for Oklahoma governor. This is breaking right now. So what I was thinking that Oklahoma might have been a toss-up. That's what it was being reported on, and now they're saying Oklahoma is going red so far. 7% of the state reporting Derek O'Shea. Who knows? I know. Republicans will squander around, waste time, and watch Mitch McConnell eat oatmeal. Let's just be real. Probably. I want to think that they're going to do something, but you never. I don't put a lot of hope in what they do. I guess I gotta hope for the best. Hopefully Republicans will listen to their constituents and get things done. I know. So we got DeSantis at 58.9% right now. Will DeSantis get that 60%? They'll shoot down H.R. 1808 and that BS bill to force Clarence Thomas to retire. Oh, Clarence Thomas is a freaking man. Oklahoma isn't flipping blue. LOL. Yeah. Catherine, there was some speculation and there was some people talking that there was a potential. You don't discredit Oklahoma City or Tulsa. Wilson, do you trust a bald barber? I don't think so. I don't know if I would trust a bald barber, to be completely honest. Look at Ivy. Is she gonna make it? Man, DeSantis is getting so close to that 60% margin. Let's see if I can see. MSNBC isn't doing anything. We got new closing coming down soon, within minutes. Looks like ballot measures are coming in too. Yep. This is an exciting night. I hope you guys are having a good time. Let's see what anybody's freaking out.
He was saying that there were absentee ballot voting issues in
$10, like MSNBC, ABC, and those anchors like that will only be in Detroit.
And please don't have anybody
in Democrat-controlled areas.
Violence here in the state, so a lot here.
Yamiche, thank you very much. We'll have much more real-time results.
Is that for real, Mr. James?
Through the night. We pause now to rejoin NBC special coverage. Decision 2022.
Let me Siri, get that off. Someone's calling in. Should I pick up? Papa. I don't know. I can't hear you. Let me just check. I think I got my sound all off. I did have my sound all off. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Wait. Maybe that's right. I'm not totally sure. All right, we got some voicemails to get through. Let's get through these voicemails. Huh. Why is it not working? Sometimes not nothing's perfect apparently. It's like the worst day ever. It's just not even working. Let's see here. Let's see. Ringing. Okay. Sorry. I just want to make sure. Check. I mean, I don't understand. Pick up. I'm trying to. I'm freaking trying to. I tried to pick up and then it says it's muted. Okay, now it's unmuted. Okay, hold on. It says it's like... I don't know what's going on. I have to refresh this page. Sorry, Papa. I know you called in, and I want to. Let me.
And Minnesota.
Let's just check on some updates. Sorry, I know. Let me just refresh this. Stupid.
And we're looking at the Nebraska.
Wexner has polled 53%.
Nebraska
Okay.
governor's race. Carol Blood, the Democrat, versus Jim Pillen. Too early to call.
Sounds like an open line with a TV in the background.
Governor, also too early to call.
My heart considered it.
This is a race that tightened up in the late stages. We'll see. It's too early to call right now whether Kathy Hochul can get her first full term as governor. In South Dakota, the governor's race too early to call, but Kristi Noem.
Wilson, you cut your own hair. That's awesome.
National Republican. Some talk about her as a potential presidential candidate. She is leading at this hour in Texas.
All right,
it is
Abbott.
too early to call, but Greg Abbott is leading at this hour, looking to get another term there.
In the Wyoming governor's race, too early to call. Mark Gordon, the Republican incumbent, right now in front. Rhode Island governor, it's projected winner Daniel McKee, the Democratic incumbent, will win another term.
No surprise there.
Vermont governor's race, Phil Scott, the Republican, the projected winner over Brenda Siegel, he handedly defeats her.
No surprise.
Okay, so we have talked a lot about some of the issues driving.
All right, let me see if I can fix this freaking voice thing. Oh, it's the worst. I don't understand what's going on. Okay. All right, let's see if it works now. You know, I don't understand. It's...
One.
Hey. All right. You can call back, Papa.
Derek O'Shea. Your boy. Dick Willie. One. Horrible message to leave for your voicemail. Two. Seriously, super chats. I'm gonna buy a new wardrobe, new hat, new glasses, new shirts, get some good, decent headphones. Let me know.
Hey, that would be amazing.
I'll be your producer. Let's do this.
Be my producer. Thank you. Look, I bought the cheapest headphones I could possibly find. Just because I wanted like in ear. I have like Beats headphones that go over the ear, and I just think it makes me look like a total. It just makes me look special. All right, I told Papa that I trust him to talk to me. All right, let's see. Hello?
Call from
Papa Burlap.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Papa?
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, you said you trust. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You said you trusted me. That's your first mistake.
I'm sorry. I do trust you. Well, you made me a promo video, so I feel like you have to. I trust you enough. Maybe.
Yeah, you agreeing to that promo video was your second mistake. So hey, but I'm just doing God's work.
Oh, thank you. You are doing God's work.
Yeah. Just an update from the great state of Michigan. It hasn't started snowing yet, and the RoboCop cosplayers have not seen their shadows yet. So, with that being said, we're looking at least 6 more months of winter, and it's still a toss-up for the governor because we don't use RoboCop cosplayers to determine that anymore. We wrote that out of the state constitution like 6 years ago. It was like a total thing. Peter Ryder got involved. It got bloody. So
Okay, so we don't know yet. We don't know if we want to be tutored by our Dixon.
Listen, whatever floats your own boat, dude. That's your business.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Enjoy your evening. I might troll you later.
Okay, praise God, dude. Do it.
Right. Peace out, homie.
All right, dude. Later. All right, done. Maybe I shouldn't trust him ever again. I don't listen to people very well. Maybe that's my first mistake. But you're always welcome to call in and leave a voicemail. Let's check in on some updates. McMasters is leading, I guess, 1 Divine. Scott, we already knew that. Anybody else watching TV? Anybody else hearing a TV in the background? That should be out now. So I have I told you, I have like 6 different streams going on at the same time. More, I guess, is being called. I'm always worried. I don't understand that at all. It's like 1% of the vote has been tallied. Therefore, this person has won. I know it's based on counties and stuff like that, but only 15% in for Huckabee Sanders. We knew that. Pritzker, man. When I used to live in Chicago, that guy's the worst. Any update from MSNBC? Is this what... This is their stream? It's just, we get to watch the guy's butt the whole night? Is that what's going on? 59% for DeSantis? Let's get to 60. Come on, DeSantis. Holy shnikes, the Republican vote is currently leading in Grand Rapids. That really happens? Awesome. All right, let's see if there's any other stream going on. I'm tired of watching that guy's butt.
The country, the Democrats. But think about
talking
this.
about.
In the last 20 years, only 5 Democratic incumbent governors have been defeated. Only 5 in 20 years of races. So it's still very hard.
I think I'm going to grab a root beer to get the night started off. I'm going to get a root beer. I'll be right back. BRB. But I'm going to keep the stream going, of course.
Seeing in Pennsylvania, if you don't have a good candidate, it's not going to happen. And Dr. Oz may really be upset at the end of this. If he comes up short at how badly Mastriano did at the top of the
But you saw him in these final days talking about how I'll be a moderate in Washington and trying to encourage some of these Shapiro voters to vote for him.
True, but the problem is Oz has Trump's endorsement. Right? So if somebody like Mike DeWine can do that, right, effectively, somebody like Brian Kemp can do that effectively. But if you're Dr. Oz and you not only have had Trump's endorsement, but on top of it had Trump come in for you the last weekend, and you stood next to him at a rally, it's very hard to sell to some of those swing voters, David, that, but I'll be different if I go to Washington.
Obviously very early in the night, but if Dr. Oz doesn't pull this off, they're going to be questioning whether or not having former President Trump there in the final day or two was the right call.
They're going to be questioning that. They're going to be questioning Trump endorsing Mastriano. And by the way, all the people who were with McCormick in the primary are all going to be saying, if Trump hadn't endorsed Oz there, McCormick was the candidate, then McCormick would beat Fetterman easily, and I think there's a good argument for it.
Dr. Oz wins, Trump takes credit.
That's right.
That's how the night will go.
Let's go to Eva. He won't take blame if he loses.
All right, we'll check back in on that one. Eva Pilgrim's live in Pennsylvania. She's been covering this race. In fact, both races for us. Eva?
Yeah, I mean, exactly what you're talking about there, David, the split ticket voting. We heard from so many voters in the last several days that we've been crisscrossing through Pennsylvania that they just felt like the Republican candidate, Mastriano, was too extreme. And when you look at his campaign, it's completely unconventional. His campaign manager is a pastor with no campaigning experience.
All right, we back.
That's the way that his campaign has been run. And so when people start to look at the other races on the ticket, there are questions.
Drinking a little root beer. Starting off the night sweet. I haven't had okay, this is a big moment for me, folks. I haven't had a soda in months. Like a real soda with real sugar. Handcrafted. Oh. Nobody made fun of him for being fat when he was governor. What are you guys talking about? So far, Holcho's leading the vote in New York City, being accounted for. He finally lost weight. What are you guys talking about?
That I talked to weren't thrilled.
Root beer or birch beer? Root beer. Handcrafted. Virgos.
Using the lesser of two evils.
The Trump obsession when he's not in office? Of course. Of course, because if you mention the name Trump, anxiety goes through the roof for everyone. And so we have to mention it in order for people to be full of anxiety, to be driven to the polls and vote for the right person so we never have to see Trump again.
Process that they can't.
Oh, Chris Christie? Oh, my God. Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Make sure that that envelope is correctly dated and signed, then open the secrecy envelope, then flatten out the ballots, put them in a stack before they can scan
Donald
them
Trump triggers me. Dude, Donald Trump triggers me more than Dr. Phil saying this.
I hope you get ass cancer and die, you son of a bitch. I'll cut your throat. I'll come to your house and kill your children.
Dr. Phil gets me every time.
Suck on this, Biden.
Have a live stream up. They want people to know that the
Chris is about to get 40% less of vote. I know.
on live stream if you're at all in question of it.
But instead, stick with us. Eva, I want people at home to stick with us. Watch the live stream off to the side on your computer. Eva Pilgrim live in Pennsylvania. Eva, we'll come back to you shortly. We've been saying all night.
Hey, don't watch a live stream on the side of the computer. Watch me. Have a good time. This is supposed to be a good night. This is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be like all uptight, everyone losing their minds, and then dumping your face in cold water because you're so full of anxiety you don't know how to have a conversation with anyone anymore. I just like, can we not be that way? Can't we just like laugh at stuff? And even though if it's serious, we just laugh at it because it's also funny. What's that? Chris about to give Wallace was governor when I made the worst mistake. I left the military and moved to New Jersey. Oh, why'd you do that? I'm sorry. You're safe here. All right. Let's check in on Live Fox. Let's see what they're talking about. Oh, DeSantis is talking.
Woke ideology.
Daddy's talking.
We fight the woke in the legislature. We fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the...
Are you doing that tonight? Dunking your face in ice bath? Yeah. If Kari Lake loses, I will do that. Dude, cheers for root beer. Praise God for root beer, dude.
Here because our policies work. Leadership matters. We refuse to use polls and put our finger in the wind. Leaders don't follow, they lead.
Thank you, Daddy.
We set out a vision. We executed on that vision, and we produced historic results. And the people of this state have responded in record fashion. Now, while our country flounders due to failed leadership in Washington, Florida is on the
he's being set up for definitely a presidential run. Try birch beer? I need to try birch beer. I've never had it.
American experiment requires a revival of true American principles. Florida has proved
this contains no gluten.
We offer a ray of hope that better days still lie ahead. I am proud of our achievements in this state. I am honored by your support, and I look forward to the road ahead. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race in this first term.
That's a Bible verse. I went to DeSantis run, honestly. Me too. Without a question.
More than anybody thought possible 4 years ago, but we've got so much more to do, and I have only begun to fight. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Younger and less triggering. Oh, well, he knows how to handle the press. And that's like...
You've been listening to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis there with his wife, Casey DeSantis.
I mean, and that margin that he's winning by, if that doesn't tell you anything about if he ever runs for president, I don't know, like,
in the state of Florida.
That's like Ronald Reagan crap, you know what I mean?
Down there. I'm Andrew Kraft. We're going to move away from Florida right now. We want to get more voices, more reporters, kind of update.
Dude, that video of John Crist, we watched that video of John Crist comparing himself to Jesus. He's like, see what that name, oh God.
His victory speech in Chicago. He just won another term there. as governor. We also have this live look in New York. Senate Majority Leader
workers to organize for better.
Chuck Schumer speaking at the New York Democrats rally there. You see Hochul Delgado. We're going to be expecting her remarks a little bit later tonight as she vies to become the next governor of New York, at least for a first full term there. And then we're going to be speaking to one of our reporters in New York at the bottom of the hour as well. But Chuck Schumer there speaking to
Dixon at 45. Come on,
Dix. Very, very interesting. We'll get to that race a little bit later. Joining me now is Ben Jacobs, friend of the program.
All right, let's see. Let's check around and see if there's any other updates that I could find too as well. 10% reporting. Good. Let's see if there's anything else I could find that's interesting. Let's see here. My internet is not very fast right now. AOC wins re-election in the U.S. House Congress. Did anyone not think that would happen? I mean, come on. AOC, of course, is going to win. Looks like they're calling Beto O'Rourke to officially lost in Texas. It looks like people are calling Greg Abbott to get the dub. Herschel Walker has captured the lead in the U.S. Senate in Georgia. Walker leads 49 to Warnock's 49.9, estimated 55% reporting. Paul Gosar, Republican, wins re-election in the U.S. House at Arizona's 9th district. In Virginia, the 2nd congressional district, Jen Kagans leads Elaine Lura 56 to 44 with an estimated 77% reporting. That's Jen Kagan's Republican. Those are the main updates that I've seen so far. Chuck Schumer makes me queasy. Oh God, me too. Well, Chuck Schumer is he's like the ultimate cartoon boss in like every 90s sitcom. The left hates white males yet they vote for them. I know. The left hates white males. Plus, not only do they vote for them, but they always put them up as like the most suitable option. I mean, Chuck Schumer is so creepy. She's the young Nancy Pelosi. Oh, AOC. Oh, 100%. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking about running to be so I could be rich. Screw trying to win the Powerball. Just be a politician. You can be as rich as you want. Colorado kicking off 36% reporting. Okay.
A lot of casualties down ballot.
Keep us updated on Colorado, Wilson. All right, I'm gonna look at other streams. That stream is boring, even though they have good stuff.
Well, of course.
Governor Wilson. I want to see. I need a trigger stream. Seriously, this is MSNBC's entire stream? We're just staring at his butt? God. This is what the modern leftist has gone to, staring at this white guy's butt. Those are some pancake booty if I've ever seen one. Mia Flores looks like she might win re-election. Oh, okay. Wow. Dick, she's actually getting the gay husband, the odds of crippling addiction to alcohol. All right, let's click around. And don't worry, I'm not gonna get a strike. I'll check in on the Blaze if anything's interesting happening there.
Country never really truly got his power back. And on the other hand, Ron DeSantis helped save the damn country from COVID. That cannot be denied.
I disagree with Jason a little bit when you said he stood up to everything. The last year of his presidency was L after L after L. He was routed by the press and by the Democrats, and no one put a gun to his head and told him to go on NPR and humiliate himself. But he seems to have this delusion from his years in New York that he can make the media fall in love with him. He's completely insane in that.
Oh, they're talking about Trump.
There's nobody in the world who can, I don't know, sit on the toilet in the West Wing of the White House at 3:30 in the morning after getting...
That's a stupid comment. Sit on the toilet and tweet. He made up the ante and play some online poker later. He skips leg day. Never skip leg day. I'm old and I still go to leg day. I hit legs yesterday. I did 225 for 10 reps for 3 sets last night. Just crushing it. At my elderly age. Okay, well, back to the butts. He's just clicking. He's just clicking stuff. And then he goes over and he's pretending to write. He's looking at Twitter for other people to call elections for him. He's touching his tie. He's fixing his tie. This is amazing. I need to hire a trader. I'm here for you, baby. Colorado has been called for Governor Polis via NBC. That's not a surprise. It's more the Bennett and O'Day thing than Polis. I didn't think Heidi was that good of a candidate. If you didn't get a strike for that blunder I caused earlier, then you should be fine. I know. Never. This is the only election live stream that starts off with a hard N-word. That was like the worst thing ever. But you know, it's on YouTube, so I guess if they deem it okay, then I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Just thoughts. He might. I mean, seriously, what he's doing. I'm doing demo presses 27.5 for 3 sets at 15 reps. That's not terrible. You know. Hey, don't ever compare yourself to others in the gym. There's always someone stronger. You know, it's not worth it. Too many people will look at other people to judge what they should be doing. Okay, here we go. Polis 61%.
Keep an eye on the Senate race there as well. That's going to be a tight one. Too early to call for the governor's race in Georgia, and in the Senate race as well. Too early to call. Remember the 50% rule. These are just early results, but you have to get to 50% or it goes to a run.
That's not true, Derek. There are plenty of live streams that use the N-word. They're just on BitChute, though. That is true. Stop showing off, Derek. I'm not trying to show off. I don't care. I literally don't care. I tell people all the time I work out 6 days a week because I have mental health issues, and if I don't work out, I'm a total asshole.
Walker County, when we're talking about Herschel Walker. This is one of these red counties, but the point...
I don't think that's a lot either. I know guys that live way more than me.
Board. Remember, Biden carried the state across the board.
No hot libertarian guy?
Walker in general is running about a point behind Trump's number in Georgia. Trump lost Georgia, so you don't want to run a point behind at this point on that front. And let me just show you how far behind he's running Kemp in all these counties, about 5 points. But in most of these cases now, as you could say, most of it is not skipping. You're seeing it in Warnock, and then about 1 out of 5 ticket splitters end up in the libertarian column, I've noticed in many of these. But look, we still got a long way to go. I just wanted to go to a complete county to show you a county that we're close to being complete, just to show you what the pattern is. And let me just tell you what's still left to count so you know what we think is remaining. We still think there's more election day vote that's coming. That's advantage Walker, but we still think there's still a bunch of early vote to come too. And when you look around at what's left in here, there's still plenty of vote in the Atlanta suburbs.
Smash the like button. Thank you, Willie.
For Warnock, and then there's all sorts of stuff here. So we got Georgia's going to be a long night.
It's all theater.
I think Georgia's going to be one of the...
Of course. This is literally what the stream is. The stream is less about like me calling things and giving you answers, and more about us having a laugh and enjoying the night, because while everyone's losing their mind and pretending they have all the right information and everything that's going on, you and I are just enjoying, relaxing, having a good time, and watching the red wave go. Let's see if there are no such thing as blue states, only blue cities. Oh my God, I know. Well, that's why they want to get rid of the electoral college, so then you can no longer hear that, you know? Because the minute they get rid of electoral college, let's see, wait. Oh yes, we have. Oh yeah, thank you. We have. Look at this video.
In Arizona, one of the things we have to think about is the fact that Arizona is an open carry state, and a lot of the far right in Arizona has been willing to use their open carry privilege as a form of political intimidation. In Arizona.
Oh my God. You know what it is? It's probably somebody like me just showing up to the election booth with his firearm, and they're like, "Oh, this is voter intimidation." And you're like, I'm just standing here. Uh-oh. MSNBC has some words for everyone that's talking about Maricopa County, too.
Disinformation and misinformation are two different things, right? One is when you just get something wrong, and the other one is when you deliberately get something wrong, or in fact create something out of whole cloth and try to sell it as if it's true. Are we seeing wholly invented fake news, wholly invented false stories about Arizona, or are they just spinning and distorting what amount to small kind of normal distortions in the electoral process over the course of the day into something that seems more nefarious than it is?
Yeah, it's the second thing, Rachel. With this stuff, they take a grain of truth, which is...
They're talking about Maricopa County.
There were a couple of vote tabulation boxes that were malfunctioning, and they took a video of a person announcing this to the group. They say, basically, just wait in line or put it in that third box, and we'll deal with it later. They will be adjudicated. They will be hand counted at the end of the day.
What a bunch of bull. I've never seen intimidated by an open carry individuals. Absolutely not. Open carry or concealed carry. Because those people that do it, keep it to ourselves. That's the whole point. It's for my safety and people around me. It's not to be around, like, walking around. Hey, you see what I got? Does everyone see what I have in my hip? I have something that you need to see in my hip right now. It's very important. Do you see it? Be intimidated by it, too. Be intimidated by it. But they're calling everyone who's freaking out about Maricopa County, they're calling you conspiracy theorists. You know it. Uh-oh. And Daddy Trump has some words, too, as well.
What does victory look like tonight for you? Well, I'd say certainly a majority in both. I think we're going to do very well in the House, and I hope we're going to do very well with the Senate. Does anybody have a prediction here? Or you, James? 53. We're going to see you later.
Are you planning to call Governor Desantis?
And we'll be talking a little bit later.
It looks like the media higher than the election day coverage. Yeah. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. The only thing the nation has left is football, fried food, and ninja rap. Twitter is pending. That's true. Makes you the first target. Well, 100%. Walking around telling everyone you have a firearm on you and somebody that wants to shoot up a place, they're going to take you out first. I live in Yavapai. How do you even say that? Yavapai County in Maricopa, and we're all watching the idiots above Maricopa. Oh, are you? Yeah, what do you guys think of everyone in Maricopa County? It looks like they also see, Jared Polis being officially elected. Lee Zeldin, this is all breaking news. Lee Zeldin will be the first Republican to carry Staten Island in a governor's race since 2002, and it's not even close. Lee Zeldin winning Staten Island. Will he win it all? Doubt it, but you never know. Could go nuts. New update too. We're still waiting on the bulk of the election day vote out of Purple, Oklahoma County, but Stitt is currently leading the statewide vote for governor in Oklahoma by 108,000 votes with an estimated 62% reporting. This is breaking too. J.D. Vance has captured the lead in Ohio for U.S. Senate with an estimated 45% reporting. So those are all new breaking stuff that I'm seeing from an account I follow. Lee Zeldin has 30% in Queens. That's crazy. Blood moon is red. Did anybody see the blood moon? Was that last night? I think it was last night, wasn't it? Oh, here's Sarah Sanders.
For that more than he and my mom.
Talk to us, Sarah Huckey.
For us, this was a simple decision. The reason we started this journey nearly 2 years ago is because I absolutely love Arkansas. I love everything about it. About 2 years ago, my parents, if I could borrow their RV
Thank you so much, Wilson, for supporting the show. That means so much to me. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending me money. It means so much to me. I appreciate you, Wilson.
Sorry, Mom and Dad, about all the miles. It has been
Arkansas was wrecked by the Clintons 100%.
journey every step of the way.
Did you see Bill Clinton being asked today about his ties with Jeffrey Epstein, and then him going, the evidence is clear, and then walks away smiling?
Opportunity over the last 2 years to fall in love with Arkansas over and over and over and over again. And it has been tremendous. In these moments, I'm reminded of people like
Marijuana legislation initiatives are also on the ballot. Where every one of them is failing so far. I know there's also in Colorado mushroom for counseling and stuff like that for PTSD, which I wholeheartedly believe in and think it's a good thing. There was a Sharpie gate where machines didn't work. The Sharpie. Right. Sorry, Willie. Sometimes I try to read stuff and I can't read it out loud, as you know. Seen it on the way to take the offspring to the bus stop. Okay. Microdosing. Kind of microdosing, but also like for PTSD patients, especially veterans and stuff like that. You kind of give them a dose and then you start helping them rewire their brain through traumatic work, and then you kind of, well, I can't really explain
Jack, where I got to be part of the opening for that community center.
It's cool stuff, though. It's interesting. I don't know if I totally believe in it or think it's the answer to everything, but I think, why not? Try it out.
Into the rafters to make sure it was perfect for those who have served and given us this great country. People like Vic.
I would try mushrooms, but only with a group I trust with my life. 100% same. I would be trying mushrooms. I won't be trying much. I know. I just feel like there's too many cameras around. You know what I mean? You'll see like Derek O'Shea just like running through the streets butt naked, and you're like, what's wrong with him? Is he having a moment? He's finally having his Kanye moment.
Governor of Arkansas, following
more mushrooms
in her
every
father's
day.
footsteps. Mike Huckabee, of course, was governor for a time in the early 2000s. So from the White House.
Mushrooms are very enjoyable. Okay, we're all in good company here.
In the meantime, let's move on to some of the.
Never had one. I've never had one before.
Including New York and the big governor's race there.
But I am drinking root beer.
Zeldin and the Democratic governor, Kathy Hochul. We want to be joined right now by.
Linda,
thanks
so much lovely Toad.
Okay, how is the energy there? What are
on
Zeldin's
Twitch? You are blocked.
Well, first of all, this is one exciting election day. I've been doing this for decades, and this is one of the most exciting. The word here tonight, confident. This group here, Lee Zeldin, very confident that he's going to end up with a major upset against Governor Kathy.
Why does every Republican candidate play country music? When am I going to stumble into a Republican candidate? Maybe it'll be me. That is like blaring AC/DC or some hardcore metal music or something. Like it's always the same thing. Yeah, mushrooms for PTSD in Colorado. I'm for it. It isn't tripping. And they are akin to microdosing and conducting therapy during the microdose. Exactly. For a second, I thought I was hearing a country rendition of Katy Perry's Firework. If only.
Today show that subway crime remains up more than.
No. That was Mr. James. That was New York for Lee Zeldin.
2 weeks ago, and this again.
No, Zeldin didn't. It's not announced yet. They're just talking about Zeldin.
Her lead over Zeldin, and some of her critics said, "Look, this is just a desperate."
Corn, yeah, freak on a leash.
We're gonna wait and see now. We'll know by the end of the night tonight if that played a role in her either losing or maybe the public is buying her message and continuing to buy it. But go ahead and take a look at these. This video here, this is Lee Zeldin voting earlier today. Now, Zeldin has been hammering away at crime.
I hear rock.
He wants bail reformed here in New York State. He also wants to remove Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg for what he calls failing to enforce the law. And he says the first thing that he's going to do when he wins is call Mayor Adams here in New York City because he wants to work with him to
Some lead, man. Zeldin has to play lead.
of New York, but New York City.
I mean, he's literally led Zeldin.
Today, after voting.
If I were to run for office, my theme song would be "We Can't Be Friends" by War. Oh, that'd be awesome. The Cupid Shuffle. The Cupid Shuffle? No, dude. Love Freak on a Leash? Dude, Freak on a Leash came out when I was like I was pretty young. And I had that CD. And I remember being alone in my room playing Freak on a Leash, just jamming. Just doing mosh pits in my room. And just like, especially when mom wasn't home, just like, you know what? We're going to go hard today. And we're going to listen to Freak on a Leash. Ever watch Dazed and Confused? It'd be a lot cooler if you did, man. Of course. Bennett will win. Colorado, I'm calling it now. Wilson, no! No. I had little hope, but...
Where all three statewide races, governor, secretary of state, and attorney general, the Republican candidates are election deniers or skeptics.
Oh, man, mosh pits are underrated. I miss mosh pits so much. As I get older, I'm like, I miss just like jumping in the pit and just bouncing around and dancing. You got to get your dance
who make
on.
Key decisions. Whatever happens with the economy and the inflation in 2 years, we don't know where we'll be. But these are the people who, if they win, will be in office.
Dazed and Confused does have a good soundtrack. You didn't like the movie?
3 out of 4 Republicans in our exit poll said that they have confidence that the vote's going to be counted fairly.
You were surprised by that
I
number.
was surprised it was that high, and I was sort of relieved, to be frank. Because
And then I believe
if we had been
Colorado's
sitting in
been
a...
called for Bennett. Is that for real? Let me check. And check with my election peeps. I'm having trouble keeping up. Have any upsets happened yet? No, I don't think any upsets have happened yet. I mean, Beto getting the L, not necessarily an upset, but reassuring and good. Some updates. Republican Ronnie Jackson wins re-election to the U.S. House in Texas' 13th Congressional District. That is great. Vance takes the lead. That's breaking. We already talked about that. Brian Kemp, they're calling Brian Kemp, a Republican in Georgia, as re-elected. We kind of assumed that was going to happen, even though they try to pump up Stacey Abrams like God's gift to Mother Earth. Harris County and Houston, Texas. Looks like bad news for Democrats in Houston, which is huge. But the only Lee Zeldin information I have right now, I still don't see Bennett. Is that for real? Herschel Walker has pulled the lead. Dixon is gaining ground. Here we go, Dixon. Here we go. Oh, here's Abbott. Yep. Sununu. What a name. Sununu. Wait, what? How is NBC still a thing? Because they're funded by Bill. 100% they're funded by. It's the funding,
Be getting gains of their own.
And this
that,
guy.
Again, if they're going to have any chance of holding the House, that's ultimately what they're going to need to do. They're going to need to weather those losses they've already taken, and they're likely to take in a few other places.
Arizona, not
gains.
with Maricopa.
And as I just showed you, there are some opportunities. There are some clear opportunities for that.
Wait, we only get... This is a side cam? The worst. How is this a whole thing? Let's see what... Okay, here, there. We got NBC talking.
Of the Republican gains, because look, Florida may give them enough for the majority already. They picked up 4 seats in that state, but this tells you something. And let me take you over to Virginia 2 and explain why we haven't called Virginia 2 yet. Okay, here. And it's
Stacey
simply
Abrams ate
all
mother.
of the remaining vote is early
No
vote.
Mr. Cheeks?
Okay, and mail
Hey.
vote. So even though it looks like Kiggins has a big lead over Luria.
Stacey
We believe
Abrams did
almost
election
all the
tonight.
remaining vote is earlier absentee. And if that decidedly goes Democrats' way, that is why we haven't called that yet. And let me just take you to a few other places very quickly just to show you my little heat check of where I'm looking at races. Rhode Island 2. This was a race that Republicans were really excited about. They had a great candidate in Alan Fung, and he was not your sort of traditional conservative Republican. This is one that it looks like
Why? Because he's not
We
white.
haven't called it yet.
God,
but
these people are the worst.
Magaziner, who is the son of Ira Magaziner, if you remember him during the Clinton administration days, Seth Magaziner, the state treasurer, now running for Congress. The point is, I'm not seeing wave yet.
What about
I'm not saying we
Indiana
won't
1?
see it, but I'm not seeing wave. Let me get you some Indiana 1.
Because that was one of your first
It
early
was
bellwethers.
certainly an
so let's
early
check in on
bellwether.
it.
And, we still got a lot to.
I feel like I've seen midterm election being televised. Definitely, it's my first midterm streaming. Does that count?
We've seen so far. Outside of the state of Florida.
It's times like this we miss the stupidity of Brian Stelter. I know. Thank you,
But
John.
it didn't spill over outside the state of Florida.
I'm glad I have. We're kin. I watch the cringe leftists because they make me laugh harder than SNL does these days, and so I miss the stelt.
30 plus actual members of the House. I think you have to say there was at least a bit of a House wave, if you will, one step above Ripple.
Well, you need 5
the
seats. The
Brian
Republicans
Stelter.
need
Shut
5
up. Do you
seats to
really?
retake control.
Please say that's a thing.
They need, Ripple.
Yeah.
They need 5 seats to retake control of the House. So, we'll keep our eyes on it. Coming up.
Politics is popular more, or does that just come with age? It's hard to tell, Wilson. It's like saying, I'm noticing more people drinking right now, and it's just because you're over the age of 21. You know what I mean? I can't tell. I don't think it's. Yes, it's probably a little bit more popular with with the internet and Twitter and stuff like that. It just, you can't help it. You're bombarded by everything, like my stream. I mean, look at Indiana. Desantis, look at that. One blue county. That's crazy. You're thinking about doing movie reviews on it? Please. I like that. I thought about doing movie reviews. Has everyone seen the new Quiet on the Western Front? All Quiet on the Western Front on Netflix? It's so good. I know we got a lot of people that are boycotting Netflix in here, but try to find it. Try to find it. Find a way to watch it. So good. COVID made politics the new sports. That's another thing. Good point, Dick Willie. It's like we were all locked in, and we were all COVID and the summer of love, January 6th. Those were other things that forced us to watch the TV more than ever before. Brian Stelter is playing the part of. Okay, I can't read that. I gotta freaking YouTube. Brian Stelter is playing the part of Eric Cartman in an off-Broadway production of South Park. Why did did you watch Kill All Others yet? No, I haven't seen it yet. I've been working hard. COVID. I do miss Brian Stelter though. I'm thinking about him right now. I'm checking to see if there's anything interesting to watch. I'm not going to watch Pancake Butt. Let's see what PUS is saying.
To Texas, to the 28th Congressional District. This is down along the Rio Grande Valley. It borders Mexico. Republicans have made a lot of gains in this area in recent years.
That's correct. This is majority Hispanic, Latino. This is a place that President Biden won just 2 years ago by 8 points, but that was a smaller margin than Democrats had hoped for. This is one of the
Boring.
top...
All right.
Look out over the latest.
All right. All the streams are on commercial right now, except for this one. What's this? Where did this guy talk about?
Pickup, and then Jennifer Wexton in.
I don't watch On the Western Front until you do.
A lot of suburban Washington would be.
Okay.
It looks like, from what I've seen, Wexton.
Wayne County hasn't reported yet.
We're not going to get a tsunami. but that Uri and Spanberger are still there, and it's a question, looking at outstanding results. In a year like this, in the new voting patterns are always different because at this point there's such an extreme partisan variation between early voting and election day. It's tougher, but Republicans are going to pick up the House. It certainly looks like, but it does seem like we're seeing more of a return to partisan baselines, and everyone's sort of retreating in their partisan corners, which we're seeing in both.
To be fair, Biden is technically a Latinx, considering he was politically raised by Puerto Rican community in Delaware. Remember when he said that crap? That was like one of the funniest things ever. Wayne County is Detroit. I just allowed what you just said earlier about Wayne County, by the way. YouTube constantly censors all kinds of stupid crap. Let's see. Let me check to see if updates for my secret killers. Also see if there's any good new videos to watch of leftists losing their minds that have been clipped up by people. How's everyone feeling? Do you feel like it's been like as big of a red wave as everyone's talking about? Let's see. I'm just seeing a lot of videos of Desantis. We kind of watched some of that. This is breaking news. I think it's official in Oklahoma. Kevin Stint has defeated Joy Hofmeister in Oklahoma governor. So Kevin Stint is the wiener. I think we already did the Ronnie Johnson thing. That's the only other update. The obvious wins are obvious. Yes, this is true. The most obvious thing that's happened are the things that are the most obvious so far. Let's see.
Happy about one of the results. 2/3 of voters in our exit poll said they do not.
So far,
want
it's good for the
President
GOP.
Biden
Yeah,
to run for
I have no
re-election.
faith in the average American.
That's true, Savannah. I did see that in the exit polls. And look, I think the president has to make a decision early, I think, over the next couple of months to decide if he's going to run for re-election. Now, I will tell you from having worked for Barack Obama when he was president and he got beaten by a lot in the midterm elections.
And this is our son.
There were a lot of people calling for him not to run either.
Look, it's three gingers.
President Biden has to make a decision. He has to decide if he's going to battle through this another time. But I would expect he'll do that with his family and not
lemonade stand is $50.
Will an announcement by Donald Trump force the president's hand? Make the call sooner rather than later?
You know, Lester,
The West
I think
Coast
it will
polls are
definitely
still
have
open,
to
aren't
be a
they?
factor, because Donald Trump getting in the race
I think so, yeah.
will mean that
It's
the
only-
president will feel like he's the only one who's beaten him before, which is true, and he's probably going to want to take him on again. He's been clear that he
649
wants
there?
to run again. He's got to make that decision with his family, and I expect he's going to do that sooner rather than later because he knows time is of the essence, and if he doesn't, other Democrats are, of course, going to get in the race.
I was
I'm
going
gonna
to
get another
what the
drink.
timeline is. I mean, obviously, it's a
I need
personal
another drink.
decision, a weighty decision.
BRB.
The president is looking at it, but he also, if he is not going to run, wants to leave a lot of running room for other Democratic candidates who might want to get in. What's the general timeline?
You know, I think, Savannah, he knows that the stakes are very high, especially if former President Trump gets in the race. And I think he's going to have some time with his family over the holidays. He'll have those deep discussions. This is a little bit different from past midterms, though, because Democratic candidates were not running against his record. They were running against Barack Obama's record. They're running on his record in many cases, but he does have to make the decision about whether he's going to go through another election cycle at a time when Republicans have been clear that if they take power in the House, they're going to focus on investigations and impeachment. So it's a very personal decision, but I know he knows he needs to make it sooner rather than later, and we'll see. It's a personal one for him.
All right, Jen Psaki, good to have you on.
Great
Thank
to
you.
be here.
Coming up, we're going to have more exit polling from Tom Yamas on how issues like crime and abortion played out in today's vote.
say she's weirdly attractive. Are you talking about my mommy? Fire Crotch is married with kids. All right, I'm back. I'm hearing that there was a huge fight on the Blaze, and I missed it. Between Michael Malice and Jason Whitlock. I'm gonna try to find it. Apparently there was a huge fight. No way Jin Saki is capable of creating Spawn. Oops, there's back.
Yeah, and I wasn't surprised by Georgia actually in 20.
I'm gonna try to find it. Oh, I think I found it.
Sexualizing kids at school going on in America, and no, in a properly functioning country, if people were
Ever see Chucky?
sexualizing kids,
Of course. I'm redhead. I have to.
Bodies would be dropping.
Amen.
Amen. And so, whoever's sitting here and doing nothing about what's going on
Got
with our
another
kids,
Zima.
to me, and I'm no sort of expert.
I think, let me bridge the
I completely agree. When this was happening too.
Right, but
Trump was president when this was happening too.
No, but
not to this level.
No. Well, let me bridge the gap here. I think each of these presidents, with an exception of Woodrow Wilson, who was absolutely the beginning of all of this.
No, Teddy was the beginning.
Oh, okay. But the one who really put it in was Woodrow Wilson. But if you look at them, they all made things worse. All of these progressives made things worse. Barack Obama was really the first.
I'm trying to find this fight.
Awareness.
There's
of my
probably
lifetime.
like F words being dropped and everything.
But I don't remember him. You have Barack Obama, and he was shocking. But now we're getting to the
I mean, some of the stuff is hard for me to talk. It's emotional because I can't believe nobody. This is going on in our country.
Yeah.
And we're all acting like, hey, this is no big deal. This is business as usual.
It's not. It's
We
not.
got people convulsing in the streets. I can't kill my baby. I can't kill. I have no.
Michael
rights.
Bennett drinks Zima.
Roe
Just
v.
saying.
Wade just got overturned. Take the
I
win.
got it, but I'm
I don't
looking
think
at
you do,
people
because it sounds like you're
well,
saying.
no, I know what I think, Mike. I want to hear from you what you think, but I know what I think.
It sounds
I
like
don't need you to correct me on what I think. You can have your opinion, but I am very capable of explaining myself and what I think.
That's not what the data says. You're not very capable.
Hey, man. The data says I'm incapable of explaining what I think.
Correct.
Whose data? What data?
I can raise my voice to you just as easily as you can.
No.
Yes.
I can't explain. Jason Whitlock can't explain what I think, and the data says what?
You heard me.
What are we doing here?
Please help me understand.
Just explain what do you mean? What
are you talking
mean
about?
I'll be happy to tell you if you don't speak over me. What I meant was you're saying things are worse than worse in terms of abortion when Roe v. Wade was just overturned, and there are many states overnight that made it illegal to have abortions.
No, but
that is a step in the direction that I think you would like.
It's a step in the but I'm also seeing people out in the streets open with their satanic views. That's unprecedented to me at this level, that people are that proud of their and that
76% of Georgia voters in.
Desire.
Walker's taking the lead.
We've normalized this to the point, and they're running for office on it. I got a minister, a pastor, calling himself a pro-choice pastor. So for me, and Mike, it's great what you think, but this is what I think.
Okay.
This is the worst I've ever seen it. Well, give a fuck about your data. I don't.
Obviously.
I don't care. I'm talking about what I think.
Okay. Guys, let's go to Stu and get some more calls here on what is.
Oh man. Oh, that is incredible. It's. I'm sorry. Hey, my stream started with an N-bomb. They're dropping F-bombs on the Blaze Network. You know what I mean? We're all having a night.
throughout the night. Right now, we are paying very close attention to the balance of power in the House, where Republicans went into the night hoping to regain control. Some of the most interesting races playing out right now are in Virginia.
Am I the only one that thought that was interesting?
Tell us if we're looking at a red wave or a ripple, as we've heard throughout the night, rather, from the people on NBC News. Good news for Democrats. NBC News projects incumbent Jennifer Wexton is the winner in Virginia's 10th district. A Wexton loss would have suggested that red wave we've been talking about. In Virginia's 7th district, a very tight race between the...
Yeah, throw that in my face. Why don't you? I already paused.
Very tight, and we are not calling that. Add another close one.
No. I'm going to throw it in your face every day.
Democrat Elaine Luria and the incumbent Jen Kiggins. Let's now go to NBC's senior Capitol Hill correspondent, Garrett Haig, who's watching all of this closely. Garrett, Republicans need just 5 House seats to flip the House, 1 Senate seat to flip the Senate. What's the mood like right now at the minority leader, Kevin McCarthy's headquarters?
Tom, it's notable that only McCarthy is having an election night victory party here in D.C. tonight. They thought they would have a lot to celebrate, and I can tell you even now that the music's on and the bar is open, the celebration remains muted here tonight. This idea of a red wave, at least at this hour, has not materialized. You pointed out those Virginia races.
Look how happy they are. It's not as big of a red wave as everyone's talking about.
Most expensive races on the House calendar tonight, and the fact that it's not called, with Spanberger leading at this hour, suggests Republican gains could be smaller than they had hoped for tonight, and indeed even the Democrats had anticipated. That said, they only need so few seats to take control of the House. There's a lot of counting left to be done tonight.
I don't know.
Well, 60% of Americans have an election denier on the ballot, and those deniers seem poised to play a big role in the House if Republicans take the House. How would that influence the way that they go?
Who watches this news? Just straight up calling people election deniers. That's so stupid.
Races, in large part because the way we conduct our elections is driven by state lawmakers. State officials handle election.
All right, let's try to find some new updates. Let's go around. I'm going to check some of my old stuff. As Papa Burlap constantly tries to send us more N-word stuff. See if any updates. Maryland votes to legalize recreational marijuana. That just came through about 10 minutes ago. So marijuana is legalized in Maryland. Ohio Senate update. Looks like Vance is 52.8%. Ryan is 47.2%. Estimated 59% reporting. Election deniers like Stacey Abrams. I know. I just want Stacey Abrams and Beto O'Rourke to stay around forever. It's like an automatic W. I wish I could debate one of those two. That's like easy money right there. The clip from Papa Santis.
Now, while our country flounders due to failed leadership in Washington, Florida is on the right track. I believe the survival.
Wilson says, I feel like no matter what the outcome in any state, there's going to be people that deny the results. Am I wrong in thinking this way? No. People have denied election results forever. This is not a new thing. That's what they want you to think. And it's the whole point of a lie. If you just repeat the lie over and over and over again, it starts to get in your head, and then you will one day wake up and be like, yeah, what's up with all these election deniers? And then you won't even realize how you got there. That's what they do. They constantly put it in your head over and over again. This is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. And you're like, it's not the truth. And they're like, yes, it's the truth. And you're like, no, it's not the truth. And they're like, yes, it's the truth. And they're like, okay, maybe is it the truth? And they're like, it's the truth. We're telling you it's the truth. I don't think it's probably not the truth. And then they slowly bring you over more and more and more. That's good. I'm glad you showed it. You know it.
The American experiment requires a revival of true American principles. Florida has proved that it can be done. We offer a ray of hope that better days still lie ahead. I am proud of our achievements in this state. I am honored by your support, and I look forward to the road ahead. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race in this first term.
And just like that, Daddy Desantis checked and see if there's any updates before I do some sweeping results around. Has anybody started drinking anything extra fun? Anything delicious? Eating any good food? Any updates in your local municipalities that you feel like you need to share? I'm gonna check to see if there's been any updates. Again, if you want to call in and leave a voicemail, you can. I don't see any new updates of this election person I follow that has good stuff. No new updates. Let me look around. Pritzker continues to lead more.
Democratic areas with a lot of vote. But there are some encouraging counties for Vance. Remember, Trump won this state by 8 points. But when you take a look at the House races, the key House races in Ohio, let's start up here in Marcy Kaptur's district. And again, this is one of those Trump voting Democratic-held districts that's in that first line of attack for Republicans, right? This district was drawn in a way where Republicans looked at it and said, we're going to pick this up. Marcy Kaptur, 40-year Democrat veteran, 2/3 of the vote in here. Now, let's dive a little deeper and show you these are the component counties of the district. And you see Kaptur's leading. And we know that what's being counted right now is primarily same-day vote, which is generally the most Republican-friendly vote. So you'd say, okay, chance for Majewski here. Here's the problem for Majewski. Let me take in a quick tour of the district here. Look how much vote is in the core Republican counties. They're already up to 90% in Defiance County, basically 90% in Williams, over 93% in Fulton. You look over here in Sandusky County, they're over.
On my third Four Peaks kilt lifter. I don't know if I know what that is. I'm going to look that up. Four Peaks kilt lifter. Is that a beer? Or is that like a saying? I feel like I'm going to look up something. It's going to be like, ooh. Strong ale, Four Peaks. I can't drink Belgian ales. I have like a weird gene that I got from my mother that makes me like allergic to ales, which sucks because I love like Belgian ales and stuff like that. That looks pretty good. Cute lifter. Well, at least you're drinking it.
Positive. Even up to the last weekend, watching ads, that's largely him at the ball game talking about.
But like I can't have like Belgian ales, Belgian wheat. It's like something in the Belgian
Warren County, Republican territory.
Messes me up.
Now you take a look. Shabbat's running up the.
No alcohol for 3.5 more months. What? No alcohol for 3.5 more months. What do you mean by that? The dirty Demons cheaters. If you see it, don't watch your back. Yeah, sorry, Junior. I can't. I had to mumble that. I said it before. I said there's no such thing as blue states, only blue city. Exactly.
Still win and
look
make
at that.
gains with the same-day vote in Hamilton County. This is a very winnable race for Democrats, and if
Again,
they
that's
win
why
it,
they want to get
that's
rid of
a pickup. They get.
That's why they want to get rid of Electoral College, because they see that and they're like, that's not a good message.
Starting to get the same day. If you remember, we checked in here about 20 minutes ago, and the Democrat Amelia Sykes was ahead probably by about 25, 30 points, something like that. That was on the strength of the mail and the early vote. Now you're counting up the same day.
What happens in 3.5 more months, Artisan?
He's vacated it to run for the Senate. Democrats would like to hold on to this one. Again, if we just show you the big picture here, right? First line of attack for Republicans in terms of getting control of the House. They did get, we were showing you Georgia 6. It's one of those districts that was redrawn to practically guarantee a Republican win. They're getting the win there. So they've picked up 4 here. And again, 10.
I'm not drinking or smoking for 6 months. I'm 2.5 months into the commitment. Nice, man. That's awesome. I bet you feel amazing. If 100% of royal Americans voted, it wouldn't even be close.
It just took you through. And if you look at the next line here, you don't see.
You mean flyover states?
10:06 p.m. Vulnerable Democratic-held seats. You haven't had a single one called for the Republicans yet. They haven't been called for the Democrats either. But the Democrats are in the game in all these. 6-point lead for the Democrats in North Carolina.
6 months of regular gym training.
Let's check
nice.
in on the 6th district of Illinois now. More than half the vote is in. Sean Casten leading by.
Let me know if you need help with that, man.
Let's look at Lauren Underwood.
Or encouragement or
vote,
thoughts.
She's leading by 16 points. Connecticut 5. I don't know that we have much. Yeah, this is sort of Waterbury, Litchfield County. Johanna Hayes, Democrats, Republicans are very excited about this district. We'll see. It's very early there. But again, that storyline is continuing here on the House side, where we're hours in right now, and the only gains Republicans have put on the board so far really are in the seats that were drawn to give them gains.
Wow. They are so excited right now because, I think the results are just closer than they think, and so they're not really reporting on it, and it's not as big of a wave as everyone thought, but still got the House. This is breaking. Republican Chris Smith wins re-election in U.S. House in New Jersey's 4th congressional district. Chris Smith winning re-election in U.S. House. That's the only other update I see right now. The updates are coming in rather slow right now as the West Coast is starting to close and votes are being tallied, which is el good. Oh, let's see what freaking Pritzker has to say. He's the worst.
For another 4 years, I wanted to make sure that I was prepared to bring the happy warrior spirit into this job again.
This guy's just a rich guy.
Leading the fight in a battle ought to
Got
bring
it from his
joy
parents.
if the purpose is meaningful. Optimism in politics is often dismissed as Pollyanna-ish, but like most virtues worth cultivating, its power is in its humility. I admire happy warriors, and I think of myself as among them, because here's what it is to be a happy warrior: to find calm.
It's at 2 a.m. I know. O'Day closing the gap in Colorado. I told you we gotta watch. You gotta watch out.
To gladly be the first to suit up for a worthwhile battle.
That guy should hit the gym.
To give up in a difficult dogfight.
Liberals don't go to the gym. Everyone knows that. Haven't you seen Antifa? They're all LARPers.
But never let it be enough. And precisely when the battles are hard and the challenges many, that's when the spelunkers for misery feed off the dark fears that people harbor in difficult times. And that is the moment when a happy warrior can carry us forward and says, I've been in this dark place before and I know the way out.
He's preaching.
Let's be honest, the abnormal and unusual times that
I can't read that, John, but yes.
are here once again. And just like back then, our values are under siege, but they are worth fighting for. And I will not let our challenges crush the spirit that I've always brought to this job. Facing this moment requires that every happy warrior find a little bit of a nomadic
He's trying to bring that
warrior in them
Desantis
as well.
energy. I know.
Facing this moment means
Happy
fighting these battles
Patton
together.
Oswalt. He looks like Patton Oswalt.
Together we must be bold and
off
we
a
must
bender.
never shy away from our big D democratic or little d democratic values.
Shout out to the little D.
Together with pride and dignity.
If you got a
today
little
we
D in the audience, let me hear you sing.
jobs that lift you up, not wear you down.
He is trying to copy DeSantis.
A quality education that's not just a prize you win for growing up in the right part of town or being born to the right set of parents. Access
Like
to
your
healthcare
parents?
that doesn't just keep you alive, but keeps you healthy. Better wages that fund joy and not just survival. A world that's just a little bit easier to live in, where it's not so hard to make ends meet. Climate and an environment that is made better for our children than the way we found it. Public safety that brings peace to our neighborhoods.
Public
justice
safety.
to our
LOL.
communities, and addresses not
Chicago, Illinois, you get what you deserve. You keep voting for this same crap, and you think things are going to change. No. He sounds like a false. Yeah, that's exactly what he's trying to be a preacher right now.
Yes, COVID can be eradicated by new discoveries.
I could do this.
And not just
Easy.
Wished away fakery.
Fakery. Irony.
All right, you've been listening in to J.B. Pritzker, who just won re-election as...
Amazing. I just don't get it.
Exit polling. What?
I don't get it. I live in Chicago for so long. Crime is always out of control. And yet they vote for the same people over and over again, thinking things are going to change. How are you that stupid? It's a religion. Once you get to a point where if everything around you is just falling to pieces and you continue to vote for the same thing that is giving you that, it's a religion. It's not the logical choice. You're not thinking through anything. It's just ridiculous. Listen, I went and I voted today. And I was standing next to this guy. And the guy said this out of his mouth. He said, is there going to be an R or a D next to the name of people I'm voting for? And I was just thinking, you were literally you're speaking out loud saying, I have no idea who I'm voting for, but as long as there's a D or an R by their name, I'll feel safe enough to vote for that person. When we stop doing that, we will begin to actually progress as a country. People just willy-nilly, just voting blindly is how we had people like Lindsey Graham, Mitt Romney, Joe Biden in office. This is literally how it happens. And it just depresses me. Read. Get to know the people you vote for. Understand your district. Understand the laws. And so when people say things like election denier, is it election denier? Find out. It's just ridiculous. If they can blank a president election and government, I can't even read that, Junior. You're crazy. But it's just like, wake up.
Events. There are always events leading up to election, but the abortion ruling, Supreme Court ruling, happened in June.
Right.
The January 6th committee, for the large part, kind of hung up their
July.
investigation.
Yeah.
The public part of the investigation. So how much does that weigh in when we look at events sometimes that cause
My neighbor
things?
in Arizona just moved from Chicago suburbs, and the stories he tells. I lived in downtown Chicago, and I could tell you all kinds of stories. The crime is unreal. I lived under Mayor Rahm Emanuel and Lori Lightfoot.
Because sure, there had been discussion of people urging him to wait until after the midterms to make any.
Dixon just hit 1% to 21%. Shut up. Let's go, Dixon.
Donald Trump owns the Senate.
When you talk about abortion, one of the criticisms that has been made against the Democrats in these closing weeks is that they spent so much money on the abortion issue right after the Dobbs decision came down, which was way too early, and then did not have an early response on inflation when gas prices started going up, when they got behind the curve on the economy. And there was a lot of criticism of the Democratic Party for doing exactly that.
Most people will be wondering what brought out the vote. Tight polls will do it too, when people feel like there's something at stake in their vote counts, and we certainly saw razor-thin margins in a lot of state polls. As we go to break, as mentioned, Donald.
What do you know about Forest Park? Nothing? Park Forest? Wait, what are you talking about? I'll take what is Park Forest for 500. What is NBC talking about?
And then if you look at Fetterman's...
It's hard to say Detroit, Ann Arbor, and East Lansing and Grand Rapids are bluer than Beto's junk on a Friday night.
50%. So he's kind of squeaking it out. And when you look at when he had a stroke in May...
Southside Chicago?
September.
Yes. Yes, especially the southwest side. What you know about getting off of the Pulaski stop?
We'll talk to Governor Sununu of New Hampshire.
What you know about blue line and red line? Orange.
He is standing by on the other side of the break. Don't go away. Our whole team right here throughout the night.
All right. We'll check on another stream. I'm gonna get rid of PBS. I'm boring. Pancake Butt isn't doing anything. Let's check to see if there's... Hey, thanks so much, Willie. That means so much to me, man. I appreciate you helping me out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Why is there two things? Weird. Thank you so much, Willie. Wilson, were you in like Chicago? Chris Smith. We already talked about Chris Smith. Decision HQ projects Josh Shapiro elected the governor of Pennsylvania. Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania. A Democrat holds. It looks like. At decision desk. That's unfortunate. Stickenhammer is live. I don't know who that is. Stickenhammer. Let's see if anything else is going on. Was Sleazy B Martini? I don't know who that is either. There are so many streams, man. It's hard to keep up with podcasts. It's like, I have no idea. There's so many streams to look up. There's so many podcasts. There's so many people to follow. I mean, there's me. You know what I mean? Desantis creeping on that 60%. More. I think we already saw all this stuff. All right, I'm going to check on other stuff. And I totally understand, like, bouncing around. There's, like, so many live streams to be seen, and it's just me by myself doing the best I can with what I have. Let's see. Let's see. They haven't called CT, but the Dem is likely to win. I would assume so. Let's check on in the Blaze, see if they're still in fighting.
And his son is now a girl, and he contends, and we have the video to show you, that the kid doesn't want to be a girl. Right. And is
this the case in Texas? Can I put my tinfoil hat on for a second?
Yeah.
I think everyone listening to this is going to agree with me. Having this whole focus on vaccinating kids who cannot really get this disease, or at least not have severe consequences for it, is setting the steps for giving kids puberty blockers and things like that without their parents' consent. And they will say to you with a straight face, not giving the kid puberty blocking is child abuse.
Yes, yes, I agree with
That's why, can we call my map up?
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually, I wasn't going to ask for it because I think I've hogged enough airtime, but since Chad brought this up, mine is actually a follow-up to yours.
No, not this map.
Not that map. Okay, so this is...
this is the Jesus map.
This is the map of the last presidential election, all right? And so here's what I propose. The areas that are in blue, they get what they wanted. We give them the full Romans 1 Monty. They can have it all. That's the way.
So silly. All right, let's check on other stuff going on. Any new updates? Any updates going out of Michigan or anything like that? I'll check on other things. Decision desk. I don't know if I trust. It's hard to trust all this stuff. I just feel like there's going to be more runoffs, and there's going to be more bouncing back and forth than anyone can predict at the moment. And Josh Shapiro is the only other update right now. I think it's going to start slowing down too soon as far as like information we have.
On some of these key.
What is this guy talking about?
I want to take you to the state of Iowa. Where did Iowa 3 go? We've seen she's hanging in there. This is one Republicans that almost counted on this one being already in their column. So, look, it's across the board so far. Democratic performance in these House races a little bit better, and looks like it's because of Election Day voters.
All right, Chuck, we'll continue to watch it as that story develops. Much more ahead on this dramatic.
Dixon is back to 46.9% with 22% report. Oh, got it. They haven't called CT, but yeah, I don't know what to think about tonight. I don't. It's hard to like put all your chips in one. Let's see what ABC is talking
Still
about.
well ahead tonight, and we are seeing redistricting really play in a lot of these races. Just look at Florida, for example. We talked about those early flips that we saw, Democratic seats that Republicans were able to win. I'm going to draw just right here in North Florida. I want you to keep your eye on this area, right from Tallahassee to Jacksonville. Take a look at what this district looked like in 2020. You see this blue part right here? That was Florida 4. In 2022, you see that congressional maps were redrawn,
Jeff Jackson won
redistricting, personally approved by the Republican governor, Ron DeSantis.
That's awesome.
What it did was it broke up so many of the black
Let's
voters
give it up for
across
Jeff
the state,
Jackson.
and
Let's give it
now
up
it is
for
divided
Jeff
into 3 different districts.
freaking
Rachel Scott with us.
Jackson. Here we go, Jeff Jackson. Shout out to Jeff Jackson.
Democratic sources, their take on the Senate, and of course that interview with Governor Sununu of New Hampshire, the popular governor who won re-election, though the Senate race in that state has not been decided. And as we've talked at length here tonight, this could be another one of those key states with split ticket voters voting one way for the governor, another way from the Senate. Be curious to hear his take right after the break. Don't go away. Our live coverage continues in a moment.
Wow, New Mexico looks pretty close. All right, let's check on another stream. I'm gonna like fish around for different streams too. I just feel like some of these streams are getting pretty lame. Anybody have it? Michigan is going to be tight. Michigan's going to be tight. Georgia's going to be tight. I don't even know what to think of Arizona. I haven't seen anybody calling in anything on Arizona right now. Did we even talk about California? Nevada's going to be interesting. Liberal hive mind. Yeah, exactly. Nevada's going to be interesting. Washington will be interesting with Smiley. I don't know. I don't really know what to think about that. So let's see. Let's see what Ben Shapiro is talking about. Let's see what other. Magic mushroom therapy going to pass in Colorado? I kind of assumed that would happen, didn't you? I mean, Colorado has legalized marijuana, so there's that. Uh-oh. We got our favorite. We'll check on...
of their own constituents. They go the extra mile with the intentional divisiveness to divide and conquer, all of that stuff, the efforts to essentially destroy what we have left of our democratic process. Let me just be clear, okay? Because I feel like if you criticize Democrats, even among our longtime viewers, they somehow think that that means that all of a sudden you support Republicans. I don't support Republicans. I can't stand Republicans. But
Letitia James being reelected in New York? How can you reelect that woman?
I guess is yes. That's the same thing we hear over and over again. But I can't stand it anymore.
Thanks, my eyes have AIDS. I'm sorry. She's okay. She doesn't make me laugh as much as Cenk Uygur makes me laugh. Let's check in on the holy grail of conservative podcasting. Let's see what they're talking about.
Yeah, telling people that they essentially didn't have a place in the party if they didn't support.
Yes, no. Look, I thought the Oz shilling was disgusting, and I don't like Oz really at all. But the point that you make, Matt, which
may your eyes be officially cleansed.
I think if the situation were reversed, and I'm up against, let's say, the Democrat had this fully functioning brain, such.
Fun fact: Anna Kasparin thinks that if she screams louder and there's a camera, MSNBC will give her a job. I'm surprised like a real news network hasn't reached out to her yet. I mean, she's ridiculous, but she is not on the level of everyone else on that same stream. Nowhere close. Yeah, I forgot that mushroom therapy would pass, but that was one ballot measure in Colorado facing the most opposition from conservative voters. I think you'd be surprised in regards to mushrooms and conservative voters. Matt Walsh over dyes his beard.
Vote for Yellow Dog over.
Do you think he dyes his beard?
For the guy who's...
Now that's all I can think of when I see Matt Walsh.
Or for the guy who will
It's a
actually
dyed
make
beard.
abortion.
Dude, I made one video about Matt Walsh, kind of making fun of him, and all his followers came out of the woodwork to like. They were so mad
His
at
campaign
me. They're like, this guy sucks. This guy's a piece of crap. This guy's
Fetterman on the
stupid."
brain damage issue, and it read kind of ugly. I think.
Wait, has Iowa been called? Is that for real? Let's see.
It's not nearly as big of a red wave as all the Republicans thought they were going to be.
Marco Rubio, Bennett. I mean, look at Bennett right there. Bennett just killing O'Day. It's official. It looks official. I mean, they put a check so you can count it. Rubio, Herschel Walker. I mean, look how close that is with Herschel Walker. That I think it's going to turn off in a runoff. And look at that. These people that voted for Chase Oliver. See? That's crazy. North Carolina, Ted Budd. That's close too. Holy cow. 72% reporting, 70% reporting. I'm too scared to keep an eye on Michigan. I should dye my beard. Dude, dye your beard. Dye it is like blacker than the night. Let's see. JD Vance. Still in the lead. All right. Pennsylvania. Look at Fetterman. Look at. There are 1.5 million people that voted for John Fetterman at the moment. 1.5 million idiots. I just cannot believe who these people are. Like, I get you want to vote for like these people, great, but instead of Oz because you don't like Oz, but Fetterman, why? Wisconsin, wow, look at that. I mean, it's only 50% reporting for Ron Johnson and Barnes. Interesting. Okay, those are hot races. Would you say Iowa? Iowa. Who's saying Iowa? Reynolds. Oh, this is Senate races. Where is governor races? Oh, okay, governors. Dixon just dropped to 45%. No effing with gay. Okay, here we go. Hot races and governor races. Katie Hobbs, Carrie Lake. Look at that. 39%. Katie Hobbs. I mean, who are these people that are voting for Katie Hobbs? Have you heard that woman talk? Have you freaking heard Katie Hobbs talk? Why would you vote for that? Wow, that's a little closer than I thought it was going to be for Heidi. I mean, Heidi's not that great of a candidate. Even if all these other people joined, Governor Polis is he's the worst when it comes to abortion. DeSantis, look at that for DeSantis. 59 point, okay. Brian Kemp, Pitsker, Bailey, New Hampshire, hold on. There's a referendum in Michigan that would provide constitutional right to abortion. It's actually is running closer than expected. Doesn't mean it would fail, but just saying, wow. That's crazy. Kansas, Laura Kelly. Kansas is so weird to me. You would think Kansas would be super Republican, but I guess because of the colleges, I don't really understand. BKL, what's up, man? Early mail-in voting hurting the Republicans. Certainly seems that way. I mean, people are still voting. They're still counting votes from today. Maine, Janet Mills, LePage. Wow, that's only 31% reporting. I mean, wow, look at it. You see the numbers changes right before our eyes. Wow, that was so exciting. Gretchen Whitmer, look at this. Don't look, Papa. 51, 47. But, Papa, it's only 22% 23% reporting. I mean, that's nothing. There's New Hampshire. Chris Sununu. Shout out to Chris Sununu. They're calling it. I just still don't understand how I guess you're calling it because of the counties that have voted. Just still blows my mind. It's like 32%. And they're like, we're calling it. New Mexico. Ohio. DeWine. Kathy Hochul. Look at this. Kathy Hochul, Lee Zeldin. That is not close, but it's only 34%. Kevin Stint. Dang. So why isn't Fox News called this yet? I'm seeing everyone call Kevin Stint. Do you think they're going to have a red wave tonight? I have no idea. I told everyone I think this election will be super surprising, and I wouldn't bank on anything. People are just again, if anything taught us about polls, is that you don't put your money in polls. I mean, Donald Trump won. That year that Donald Trump rose to fame in the Republican Party, everyone counted him out, and every poll was against it, and it made no sense, and yet he kept winning. So I just don't put any hope or any thought. It's not how many people vote, it's who counts the vote. I can't read the rest of that. Georgia race is so fun. Yeah, it is so fun. First in out reporting pages like to drop their vote game day. I voted in person today, so I didn't do no mail about. Henry Master, they're calling it for that. South Dakota, Kristi Noem, it looks like, is going to win, even though 28% is reporting right there. Governor Abbott is still leading, even though only 60% are pulled in. Does anybody else want me to check? Does anyone want me to check on anything? I've got $5,000 on red taking the Senate. You got $5,000? I must threw some bets down too. I must threw some bets for like Kari Lake and stuff. Even though Kari Lake, we were just looking at governors right here. There are 60,000 people who voted for Katie Hobbs right now. 600,000 stupid people. Have you heard the woman talk? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why? Let's see if so we just went through all the updates. Georgia races. Hobbs is the Secretary of State, so I'm just saying, yeah, I see what you're saying. I remember Katie Hobbs running away from the Project Veritas reporter. You never seen a white woman run away from a black man so fast in your life. It looks like Zeldin lost Erie County big, and that's really not good. So that's breaking right now. I don't see any other updates to be had right now. Artisan owned clean. I'm nervous. I'm nervous too. I'm just like surprised by all this right here. I can't believe people will look at the state of the economy, state of inflation, and they're like, who cares? I care about abortion. That is all you care about? It doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, no. Daddy Charlie Kirk said it's going to be a long week.
And we got 195,000. That's not the totality of all the early votes at all. So it's 842 plus 195. 842 plus 195 is what? Let me see. Oh, man, this is going to be a long week.
You have to use a calculator for 892 plus 145.
I'm just, let's see. And we got 100.
It's going to be a long week. Charlie Kirk says it's going to be a long week, so strap in. When Papa Charlie talks, yeah, PA has been called for Shapiro. I saw that. Not surprised. Me neither. I mean, it's Pennsylvania. I still would be surprised if Oz wins. Wayne County is coming in. Okay, the 19th Amendment was a mistake. Killer T-Cell, how dare you say the 19th Amendment was a mistake? Wayne goes blue no matter who. 100%.
We sent to the U.S. Senate.
I feel like I gotta put my neck brace on for the rest of this.
To tend not just to our physical healing, but also to our spiritual healing. To help lead the vital work of reuniting this state and reuniting our country. And I
Why is all these all these liberals are pretending to be preachers?
Earned respect universally on both
sides of the aisle
in the U.S. Senate. This is a man who has
He says just
consistently
boo,
put
just saying,
our
although it's
state
fair.
above political party and above himself.
Dixon is crushing it with 90% of 95% of the state. The only problem is the remaining 5% is densely populated to vote liberal. Yeah. Colorado map looks suspect. Just saying, compared to 2020. Huh.
Often reminds us only in America is his story even possible.
Spanberger actually survived a Republican challenger. Wow.
The state of Georgia sent a pastor to the U.S. Senate. The state of Georgia sent a native son who grew up in the Savannah projects to the Senate.
Why is this talking like this?
The state of
Georgia be doing these things. And people to be doing these things. The pastor be trying to tell me to talk like this. I'm a Democrat. You better vote for me. God.
Georgia, obviously one of these main states we're focusing on. There's the
I hate the pandering.
Where the
Like, stop. You're not like a black preacher at an AME church. Just stop. Talking like that. You ain't real. All right, let's go. Let's go back to see what's going on and see if there's any updates.
They solved the problem after a few hours. They've extended voting hours there, so polls close there a little bit later. They close at 10 p.m.
Hallelujah. Pass the cornbread. Pass the cornbread and sweet potato pie.
Officials, they worry that that's going to sort of stoke some of those fears around election integrity, stoke some of those concerns and the mistrust that folks might have in the system. Nothing nefarious happening here, just an election day.
With the price of oil, gas, inflation, electricity, how is this not a blowout for Republicans? I don't get it. Because people are so stupid today. People are just like, you know what? If I'm absolutely crippled, if my finances are crippled and I can never live out the American dream, it's better to vote blue than you know who.
The envelopes, absentee as well as mail-in ballots, they're smoothing them out and then they are scanning them. What I can tell you right now, or what we're hearing about some numbers of being counted, it is about 160,000 in-person votes that they have counted. And in this processing center, where
oh, you're not wearing your mask. Put it up right.
65,000 have been counted. So you add those two numbers, it comes up to about 225,000. We're being told that's about 20% of that election.
Schumer won New York Senate? No way.
They want to make certain that there is no fraud. They also want to defer any potential questions that might be raised about double voting.
I can't read that out,
In addition,
Chrysler.
you know that the Democrat for Senate, John Fetterman, joined a lawsuit that was coming out of here and filed with the federal government. He joined with other Democrats to say they want to make certain that any invalid dates on the envelopes of mail-in ballots would not disqualify those ballots, because mail-in ballots are very important to everybody. They're particularly important to the Democrats, because one of the things that they're hearing is that of 1.4 million mail-in ballots that were requested in this area, 70% of those came from Democrats. So it's very important to them that they get this count in here right. Guys, back to you.
All right, Rahima Ellis at a vote counting location in Philadelphia. Let's do some results. We can call Missouri's Senate race. Eric Schmidt prevails in that race. That was a hotly contested primary. He cruises to victory in Missouri. Let's go to Iowa. Chuck Grassley, 89 years old, wins an 8th term in the United States Senate. For a moment, this looked competitive, but Grassley pulls it out.
Here's what the Senate looks like right now at this hour. Republicans with a two-seat majority right now. Again, this is where we are at this moment, 16 undecided. And let's look at some governor's races now. The Kansas governor race, too close to call. The New Mexico race, let's see, that one goes to the incumbent, Michelle Lujan Grisham will hang on in New Mexico.
The meteorologist,
so people can
Mark
vote late.
Granchetti.
West Coast.
As mentioned, the Senate race in Georgia, it is down to...
Now government officials are making so much money, they are the elites. Oh, 100%.
We always find it interesting. We have a lot of former newscasters and TV.
Like, I just did a video on how much Joe Biden's worth, and this guy was like, that's not very much in comparison to other politicians. I'm like, he's still richer than you and I will ever be, and he's never had a job in his life.
Proud of supporters here that this is going to be a
It's called
long
for New Mexico?
night. He said we knew this is going to be a tough fight.
Oh,
but
is
he
it?
says that they are in it for the long haul, and he, as well as
Colorado
his
called
campaign,
Bennett?
are feeling incredibly confident right now. I just spoke to his campaign manager, and they say that they feel like at this point, even though the numbers are so close, the projections are that this race is too close to call, that they can eke out an outright win tonight. They said that they're looking at numbers on their end, and they feel very confident right now. You can take this with a grain of salt, because this is obviously from Herschel Walker's campaign, but here's the argument that they're making to me right now. They say, look, we typically don't have the votes in this early for some of those big Atlanta area counties, Democratic strongholds, places like DeKalb County, Fulton. They say those are in right now. What they're looking at and waiting for are some of the northern Atlanta suburban counties, big counties like Forsyth.
Yeah, Arizona's going to be spicy
They
for a
can
while.
really raise
I think Arizona's probably going to be like Georgia, you know? We're not going to find out for a few days.
North Georgia, a Republican stronghold, right? I was looking at two counties, Chautauqua County, Georgia, a place that I have spent a lot of time in, as well as Rabun County, Georgia, another place I have spent a lot of time in. And when you look at those numbers right now and you compare what we're seeing at this point in this Senate race to how things were when it was 2020 and President Trump was on the ballot, and Herschel Walker in those two counties is about 2 to 3% behind what Trump was in 2020, and Warnock is overperforming compared to Biden. I asked the campaign about that. I said, are you not worried a little bit that maybe Herschel Walker is underperforming just a little bit in some of these Republican strongholds? They said no. They think there are still votes to come in from the northern rural counties in this state, and that they will be able to bump the margins up further. They also say that they are looking at those bigger suburban counties that tend to lean red, again, like Forsyth County, and they feel like the numbers as they come in more, that they're going to be on their side. You know, this is pretty early to hear from a candidate given how tight this race is, but Herschel Walker came out to big cheers telling people, I am in it to win this, and I'm not leaving. And they seem very confident at Walker headquarters. Savannah.
He's not leaving. It's election denial.
Pull this off.
It's proven to be quite a volatile race right now. To continue to watch that margin of votes.
Yeah.
They're freaking out about that,
What
by
are
the
you
way.
watching?
Look, I think it's safe to say we're not going to have a wave. Okay? I mean, wave elections would have meant Republicans win New Mexico governor and Republicans pull these off. So we know we're not going to have a wave. Now it's going to be a race-by-race fight to see who controls the House of Representatives. We did this path to the majority. If Democrats were somehow going to stay in the game, we said they had to run the table. Well, they haven't won anything yet, but they're leading in all of these basically tipping point states. They're leading in that Omaha district, Nebraska 2. North Carolina 13, they've been hanging in there. This is a brand new seat. Virginia 2 is the one of these that they haven't. And again, we think all
What's
the
not what it
remaining
means?
vote is there. Nevada and California, we don't have any numbers yet. Pennsylvania 8, Matt Cartwright looks like he's hanging in there just fine. Take you to Minnesota 2, Angie Craig. We're going to wait a long time here, but again, she's winning. Colorado 8 is a new seat, and I'm going to do this one for you, Savannah. You pointed out something else. Look what's going on in Grand Junction in that 3rd congressional district. Lauren Boebert is down. There's still plenty of vote out there, but look at that, with 71% reporting.
What?
This is not a Democratic district. This is a Trump plus 8 district here. So this would be among the bigger upsets of the night for
Mexico was a toss-up, could have gone
Democrats if they
either
pull
way.
this off. But this should show you all the evidence is pointing that we are living in a polarized environment, and this election so far, I think somebody was pointing it out. The Blues are doing well in the Blues, and the Reds are
Boebert
doing well in the
loses,
Reds.
that'd be crazy.
Polarization, I think, is the fancy word for that, and there's no question we're seeing a lot of that tonight. Andrea.
One quick thing that we haven't talked about is redistricting, and a lot of these incumbent Democrats, like Spanberger, was running in a new district. You've got Katie Porter in California.
All right, let's check on other stuff going on. Let's see if there's anything, other updates I can look up. This looks so wrong. I know. That I don't understand that. I get Majority Taylor Greene winning, but I put Majority Taylor Greene and Boebert on the same map. A Republican, Chuck Grassley, defeats Democrat. We talked about that in Iowa. Looks like Michelle, the Democrat in New Mexico, wins governor. Eric Schmidt wins Senate in Missouri. I don't know if we said that yet. Republican flip. Representative Elaine Lura, Democrat out of Virginia, has lost her congressional seat to Republican Jen Kiggins. So that's a Republican flip. I mean, these people are talking about like it not being a red wave. I think they're just trying to make it out to be something that it's not. Ooh, I like Dave Smith. Does anybody else like Dave Smith?
Happening in American culture. Is it a coincidence that this follows 20 years?
Don't hit the sack too hard.
Where we don't have one victory to show? All we have, all we really have is the conservative movement, the evangelical movement being completely discredited because they put all of their chips in on the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, which brought us nothing but disaster. And now we're in the middle of a war 5,000 miles away from the east coast of the United States of America, on Russia's border, with the two countries with the biggest nuclear arsenal in the history of the world, staring each other down. For what? For whether the Donbass region is ruled by Kiev or Moscow? You explain to me how that's America first.
It's not. I had great hope, and if we hold the Senate, I have hope that the Senate and the House will grab the purse strings and stop this over there. I think this is absolutely corrupt. You have to be a moron to think we could send, $60 million or $60 billion over there and expect that there's no corruption. This is riddled with corruption.
Of course there is.
And it could
you're creating American
quickly
jobs.
Turn into World War III. And I don't know a single American who is saying, oh yeah, we should have boots on the ground there. We should be involved in that. We relate to the people.
All right, let's check on other elections. I'm going to go through the map one more time to check on the results. Anybody have any states that they're particularly, or races they want to see me pull up of what's happening as I just redo this? Governor races. Republican Andy Ogles wins Tennessee. This comes after the GOP drew out Democratic district in Nashville. Nice. This is expected, yeah. What do we do? Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Governor Desantis. We're still looking at Brian Kemp. Why has Fox News not called Brian Kemp? I mean, I've seen other places call Brian Kemp. They're just scared to... seriously, though, now that the left seems like they have a chokehold on the election narrative, what's stopping them from... Colorado map looks sideways compared to 2020. How about Michigan governor's race? Let's check it out. Where is Michigan governor's race? There it is. Michigan governor's race right here. Here, votes are coming in right now. It's only 28.4% reporting. But it looks like Whitner is 53. Who is voting for Whitner? Who is voting for Whitner? After COVID and watching that debate, what are you voting for? I just don't get it. Dave is well informed, a very good report. I like Dave Smith. He's a comedian, so he likes to have a joke. So do I. Dixon 45%. I put Whitner on the same map as Cuomo. Both evil pricks. Like, I don't get who are these people that are voting for them. New Mexico. See, they're not calling New Mexico. South Suburban Karens are supporting Whitner. Probably. Dad, how you doing today, man? There's Kathy Hochul and Lee Zeldin. Yeah, I don't think Lee Zeldin's going to... Also with Kathy Hochul. I mean, she's like going around telling people that crime isn't up, and that's a right-wing talking point when people are... Crime is up. And people are just like, yeah, you're right. I know Kathy Hochul is a terrible person, but we can't have a Republican. I mean, come on. These people are nuts. They still haven't called for Oklahoma for Kevin Stint yet. Josh Shapiro. I'm confused about, let's go to House seats. I I do not understand how Lauren Boebert is not winning right now. Adam Finch, Lauren Boebert. I mean, that race is close as crap. Just 10,000. But polls are closed. How is Lauren Boebert losing? Biker gangs have taken over NYC, but tell me how crime is down. Exactly. Exactly. Does anybody else want me to check on any Senate seat or House seat or governor or anything like that? Let's check on Georgia. I'm curious how Georgia is turning out as votes are coming in. Moving to Colorado. Colorado's just getting more blue. Any rich libs out there want to buy a riverfront house in Western? You got a riverfront house? I'm gonna come buy that house. Where are you moving to, Wilson? You're just done. All right, here's Georgia. Herschel Walker. Look how close that is. That is so close. 165, 663, 72%. This is in New Hampshire. Hassan has been projected to defeat Bullock. Hassan Piker. I'm just kidding. Hassan, I'm gonna get you. I wouldn't mind moving to Carolinas. I think they still buy guns over there, right? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where I got one of my guns from. Palmetto State Armory, boy. Yeah, Carolina, you can have fun. I mean, look, Tim Scott. All the Republicans won in Carolina. I'm pretty sure. How is Mansfield doing in PA? I think he lost. Yeah, I don't think it's a good. I don't think he did very well. But let's see. How's everyone feeling? Wyoming, LOL. You moving to Wyoming? Let me look around. Man, my brain is starting to slow down a little bit. Okay, yeah. No, they called it for Shapiro. There he is. Not even that close. 500,000 off. I mean, it's only reporting 61%, which is better than before. But imagine if all these people voted for Doug instead. How dare you not vote for a Doug? I feel like I can trust a Doug. Henry McMaster won South Carolina. There you go. You're moving to the Carolinas. Joe Cunningham. That guy's stupid rich prick. Joe Cunningham is like Beto O'Rourke. Beto, sorry. There's Chrissy Noem, still winning. One, Governor Abbott. Only 62%, but still over 1 million. I hope part of me hopes to see Beto O'Rourke again, but part of me hopes to never see him again. I can't tell which I want. He's the worst and the best.
For their own people, once we started saying, oh no, we're going to bring this to you, we lost all credibility.
Yeah, and Glenn, who's the first one who said we're going to bring all of this to you? It was the worst president in American history, Woodrow Wilson, who gave us the income tax and the IRS, the original progressive era leader who said we're going to make the world safe for democracy.
I got to tell you.
And when he said that, what was there? All throughout Europe, there were monarchs. And so he said, we're going to make the world safe for democracy. And that sounds better than monarchs.
Yeah.
And you know what followed Woodrow Wilson's World War I was the rise of Adolf Hitler, Lenin, and then Stalin. A whole lot worse than those monarchs that we had. We're in no position to remake the world. It's like, Glenn, it's like me or you trying to remake someone else's marriage before we make our own marriage good.
I know. And you're...
Which you see all the time. All right, sorry, I got to keep flipping around. I'm going to check for more updates and see if there's any hot clips that I could show you guys from... Oh, I don't want to see the loser in South Dakota talking. Oh, God. Look at this. Lindsey Graham coming
assets. I don't know how you replace President Biden.
Woodrow Wilson is one of the many that I'm ashamed to share the last name with. Wilson, you spell it differently. You spell it with a 1.
governing majority. Y'all made a good point. I said 25.
Anything interesting happening in California? Not that I've seen, man.
Senate seats. I think we're going to be short of 25 and maybe at 51. So it's not away for sure, but I think it'll be a very good night.
All right, Senator Graham, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. We're back with more coverage of election night right after this.
All right, continue to flip around, see if there's any hot new clips to share with you. I don't see anything. How's everyone feeling? I know it's not as like red wavy as everyone kind of assumed it was going to happen. But it's not as like not red wavy as they're pretending, if that makes sense. I mean, it's definitely okay. Oh, they picked JD Vance. Apparently won. People are calling JD Vance the winning Ohio Senate. They're calling that. Maggie Hassan. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Winning re-election in U.S. Senate in New Hampshire. Chuck Grassley, and we talked about that, but JD Vance, it's election night, baby. Anything? I kind of assumed JD Vance was going to win. JD Vance was always going to win. Yeah, I know, but it's Ohio. You never know. This has been exhausting. Hey, I thought you went to sleep, man. You're still up. I think... trying to see if there's anything else this man is talking.
And of course, the opposite headline is Maggie
I
Hassan,
find
the
Kari
Democrat in New Hampshire.
Speaking of hot clips, I find Kari Lake pretty sexy. You got guns to sell in the morning? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's check on the butt cam. What is this butt cam? With the economy and the prices of everything going up, how are so many people voting for the Dems the way the country is going? BKL, I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. I'm telling you, it's a religion. It's a cult. People are so entrenched in their cult ideology that they cannot see. If you tell them the sky is blue, they'll tell you it's purple. You know what I mean? Like, you can spit facts. You can tell them whatever you want. You can be like, hey, do you remember COVID? Do you remember all the policies? Do you remember the summer of love that people's lives were ruined? People were shot and killed in the street. And people are just like, yeah, I don't care. I don't want to think about that. It's too much to think about. Like, it's insane. We're an insane people group, man. It's just sad. And that's why, I mean, that's literally why I started this channel, because I get so tired of like the left side, the right side. And I'm just like, how about we just try to see things for what is, instead of just being so entrenched in our ideology that we can't call out a Republican because, oh, if it makes my Republican side look bad. And it's just ridiculous. I'm signing off. Have a good night. You have a good night. Hey, oh, it's 9 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Man, it's 12 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Yeah, I think I'm going to sign off too. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Hey, I'm signing off too. You guys are the best. I appreciate every single one of you guys. This has been a 3-hour live stream, and it's been really fun. And you guys are like the best. I'll do a live stream tomorrow, and we'll do some more recaps and find anything new, and maybe some hot clips to go through and all that kind of stuff. It's been a fun night. Remember, don't let it put you down. Don't let it bring you up. Whatever. There are friends around you. There's loved ones around you. There are people around you. I'm here that you can always talk to. We're in this together. We're having a good time. We think alike, and there's a community. You are part of this community as much as I'm a part of this community. This is not the Derek O'Shea show. This is our show. Like, you are in this. I'm in this. We're in this together. I appreciate every single one of you guys for choosing to hang out with me. It means so much to me. It seriously does. I know there are incredibly well-produced podcasts out there that you could watch, and you chose me, and it just means so much to me. Wilson, thank you so much for sending me some coffees, and Willie, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the Derek O'Shea show and helping me live out my dream to hopefully one day do this full time for the rest of my life, which will be amazing. And you will know that you got in on the ground floor of all this stuff. This is hopefully the most entertaining show out there, but tonight was less about me being entertaining and us just watching all of the craziness unfold. But you guys are the best. Have a good night. Be sure to tell your friends and family about this show. The only way it grows through people like you. You guys are awesome. Look out for my live stream tomorrow. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I freaking love you guys. Thank you, and good night, my people. Mr. James, thanks so much. B. Kel, thanks so much. Wilson, thanks so much. Ted Timmis, I appreciate you for dropping in. Willis, thank you so much. Artisan, always. Who else? Mr. James Wilson. I just want to make sure. Laura Banty, Dick, Willie, Junior Coulter, John, I appreciate you. I want to say hello to everyone, or say goodbye rather. Wow, so much of you. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'll catch you tomorrow. Cinque. Bye-bye.